Sea Unicorns pregame, presented by Capital Property Group.
Sea Unicorns head out for a 3-game road trip. First 2 games are at Westfield. Matt Tabbitt and Grayson Weiss with 2 strong starts, plenty of strikeouts for the 2 of them. Then we have home runs in these games hit by Jackson Powers and Kenny No. The Sea Unicorns come away with 2 wins at Westfield, combining and scoring 27 points in both these games and outscoring Westfield in both these games by plus 20. This momentum at the plate rolls into their next game at Lowell. They end up scoring 3 in the top of the first inning. Sam Hutchison with plenty of strikeouts, throwing 5 scoreless innings, but unfortunately they give up 3 in the bottom of the 9th, and the Spinners end up winning on a walk-off walk.
3 years ago, history was made.
Mix and deals. Swing and a miss, there it is! It's over! The Sea Unicorns win! The Futures League runs through the Rose City!
2 years ago, they proved they could do it again.
Third, he's gonna come all the way home and score! The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back-to-back Future League champions.
In 2025, a dynasty was born.
A bouncer, Walsh charges in, he snaps it across the diamond. Say goodnight to the Bees. 3 straight championships in the Rose City.
Now the Sea Unicorns set sail for another chapter.
Sea Unicorns baseball back here at Dodd Stadium. The Norwich Sea Unicorns taking on the New Britain Bees, the battle of the Nutmeg State. Let's go back to what happened in Westfield. And Mike, the boys went out slugging. Jackson Powers launches away his first home run of the summer. Kenny Noe would get things going as well. Boy, 27 runs in that series for the Norwich Sea Unicorns. The bats surging to life. Norwich trying to get their game rolling offensively, celebrating some big wins against those Westfield Starfires over there at Bullens Field. Huge win for the Norwich Sea Unicorns yesterday. And we get a look at some of all of this against the Wool Spinners. Sam Hutchinson throwing the ball masterfully well, and then things unravel in the 9th inning. A walk-off walk, and the Wool Spinners would be winners. Boy, a heartbreaking loss. Sea Unicorns back home here tonight at Dodd Stadium. Boy, a big win would go a long way for this group.
Of course, Adam, and Norwich is really going to be looking to get a win today's game. First responder night here at Dodd Stadium. Big shout out to all the first responders, from fire to police to EMS. The boys looking to put on a big performance for them, and then of course we'll have some fireworks later on post-game tonight, brought to you by Liberty Bank. So I'm hoping that the Norwich Sea Unicorns are going to be able to get a win for the guys and for all our first responders. You know, riding on the coattails of 2 big wins, the bats finally came to life, which was phenomenal. And I think that they're going to do good today. We got John Vier Diaz on the mound, who was astonishing in his first career collegiate start. Can you believe that? Last week, he went 5 innings, got 4 strikeouts. I think we're going to see a lot more of the same from him today.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Diaz was rolling, but those bats, they were going against those Westfield Starfires. Look at some of the highlights. Kenny Noe launching away a 3-run home run. Bullen's magic, that belongs in his bat as well. Boy, good to see this offense get going the right way against those Westfield Starfires. Norwich school was in session, Mike, during that school day series, and the Sea Unicorns doing a lot of the teaching over there, and good to see Matt Tabbitt throwing the baseball tremendously well. Boy, that run support goes a long way for the pitching staff. Nice little cap cut there at the end, but let's take a look at up the middle, the pitch into right field, moving out there. It is deep. This will easily tie the game. To the plate, the tag is not in time. Early on, so vital to playoff positioning. That is past the glove of the sliding Brandon O'Neill. It'll add on another 4. The pitch.
The huge 8-run 8th inning by the Bravehearts completely catapulted, which was a great showing by the Sea Unicorns, and ended up just being a mess. Of course, we saw that exactly happen yesterday against the Wool Spinners when the Sea Unicorns were up by 2 runs, and then a walk-off walk would ultimately be the dagger in the hearts of the Sea Unicorns. Looking to bounce back today versus a very game New Britain Bees team.
Yeah, tough to see the way things transpired last night Tough loss. Spinners celebrate a big win. They got wins in back-to-back games, but you can put your trust tonight in Janvier Diaz, the riser, headed to Eastern Connecticut State. Boy, was he shining bright in his first start here at Dodd Stadium.
Janvier Diaz, I was astonished by how he was playing last night. What I said a few minutes ago, first career collegiate start, first time he's facing these college batters. The product of Putnam Science Academy was completely lights out through 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, and allowed only 3 hits to the Westfield Starfires. So he's definitely going to be looking to do a lot more of the same today. Although it's no challenge, it's a challenge going up against these Bees. You know, they lead the league in average, and there's just been a phenomenal team so far this year, trying to knock on the door of what was a big disappointment last year when they lost the Futures League Championship to the Sea Unicorns. But it's a new year, it's a new journey, and I think that we're going to see these two teams dogfighting once again.
That should be a lot of fun. Lots coming up. Some first pitch lineups, everything you need to know. It's on the other side, the Battle of Connecticut. It's at Dodd Stadium night. Second meeting between these two clubs. Take a moment, step aside. Baseball back in Norwich here tonight right after this.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes. Especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Thanks for joining us back here at the Futures League Network on SNSN for First Responders Night here at Dodd Stadium. I'm Mike Neville alongside play-by-player taking it away once again.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. Matthew Shea gets the baseball here tonight for the New Britain Bees. And for the Norwich Sea Unicorns, Janvier Diaz trying to lead Norwich back above 500. Norwich taking the field. Just about set for the national anthem here tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Baseball back in southeastern Connecticut. A different looking lineup. Some new faces have made their arrival here to Norwich. Take a moment, step aside. National anthem lineups and first pitch coming up next. Beautiful rendition of our national anthem here tonight. Janvier Diaz has the mound here tonight for the Norwich Sea Unicorns, and boy, did he dazzle. The East Haven, Connecticut native gets the baseball here tonight from Zach Gitcher. 1-0 his record, 5 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts allowed, 3 hits. Trying to lead Norwich back to 500. We get a look at Matt Gedman's starting lineup. He pencils it in for the 5-2 New Britain Bees. He'll start it out in right field with Grant Werdestein. He kicks off their lineup. Brady Paul in center field hits second with Garrett McGovern batting third, the designated hitter. George Slauson, the cleanup hitter at first base. Jack Kane in his second summer in the Futures League. He'll bat fifth. James Fagnat, the second baseman, hitting sixth. With Yami Perez batting seventh, he'll do the catching. Miles Githfeld, the shortstop, hitting eighth, with Nico Amick-Angelo, the third baseman. He'll round out the starting lineup for skipper Matt Gedman here tonight against the right-hander Janvier Diaz. 4-pitch mix for him, 4-seam fastball, slider, changeup, and sinker baller. Boy, going to be a good test against a hot Bees team.
We saw Janvier mix up his fastball a lot in his last game. He reaches about the low 90s. You'll see him touch 93 at times. First collegiate start, last game out here at Dodd. Ended up taking home the Futures League Pitcher of the Night for his efforts in that opening day win versus the Starfires. Expecting a lot of the same from him today. He settled in so comfortably. Although, as you said, Adam, this is a hot Bees team. So we're going to have to see how he faces off against them. I have high expectations, like I said, for the former Putnam Science Academy Mustang. And we're going to have to see if he can contain these Bees. But time will tell. Pitching matchup, we're in store for sure.
Get our scoreboard fixed. First Responders Night, Mike, and that is very fitting for you. We cannot thank enough all of our first responders. Mike won as well, but we are excited to have you in our broadcast booth all summer long. And post-game fireworks, boy, that would be great. Some happy fireworks after a Sea Unicorns win. New Britain in their alternate black tops, the NB in the upper right of their uniforms. Gold numerals on the back with the white outline. Norwich struggled against the Bees last summer. Just 2-5 here at Dodd Stadium, 4-10 in the 14 meetings here in the Battle of Connecticut. Janvier Diaz and the Norwich Sea Unicorns in their home whites. Sea Unicorn scripture across the chest and the gold numbers on the back. Officially underway. 6:34 local time. Ball one misses inside to the leadoff right fielder Grant Werdestein.
Werdestein, a product of Princeton University, batted .279 for his sophomore campaign this year with the Bees through the first 8 games they have played. He's batting .250, 0 home runs, and 1 RBI.
6'2", 195 pounds is Werdestein. He's in the righty box out of Studio City, California, just outside of Los Angeles. The Gold Coast, back home in Southern California, very close by to where I grew up. Righty's delivery home, way inside. Boy, it almost got him. Princeton product, Werdestein, a rising junior in the Ivy League.
Had 43 hits this past year in 42 games. That's essentially a hit every single game for Werdestein with Princeton.
He's in a hitter's count. The 3-0 delivery, boy, lost him. 4 pitches, all missed the zone. Gives us a chance to look around the defensive alignment here tonight for Zach Gitcher's side. Reese McCarthy leads it off. He's at the hot corner at third base. Kenny Noe hitting second over at shortstop. And guess who's hitting third today? The second baseman, Michael Fiataroni. Over at first, John Bureau. He's in the cleanup spot. The Norwich outfield from left to right. Jackson Powers hits fifth in left field. David Pengel makes a Sea Unicorns debut in center field, and ball one is upstairs, 5 in a row out of the zone. Out in right field, Caden Williamson. They'll patrol right field. Quinnipiac Bobcat with Paul Calandrelli doing the catching. Sizable lead. Werdestein drew a leadoff walk. Bouncing ball. Two-hopper to second. Fiataroni for Noe for one. Relay throw to first in time. Twin killing. Double play. Rule it 4-6-3. And Norwich has a couple outs here in the first inning.
Couldn't have drew it up any better if you're Yanvier Diaz. You know, obviously you never want to walk the first man you see in the game, but a quick double play, Fiataroni, Tanoe on to the first baseman bureau, gets the job done, and the Sea Unicorns 1 out away from going up to bat.
It'll bring up the designated hitter, Garrett McGovern. McGovern, the batter at the plate, also does some catching out of Merrimack College, Brookfield, Connecticut local. One of 4 Brookfield, Connecticut natives. Matt Gedman has gone hunting in the Brookfield area for some of his New Britain Bees this summer. Diaz is working ahead, no balls and a strike. The righty's delivery down Main Street. Boy, he's found something here after issuing 5 consecutive out of the zone. His last 3 in a row have been all over the zone. Way ahead. No balls and 2 strikes on McGovern. East Haven, Connecticut product bounces away. Ball 1. He spiked it in the dirt.
And very dangerous hitter for Merrimack College. In 42 games, he batted .298, just shy of 300. And in the early season for the Bees so far, McGovern finds himself with a .500 batting average, and he has scored 1 run.
Always important to attack in the zone. A fly ball in the air out to straightaway center field to get down a base hit. 2 out single for Garrett McGovern has the Bees on the base pass with a couple of outs. First hit of the ball game for New Britain will bring up the dangerous cleanup man, George Slauson. Well, he rocked a 3-run home run here at Dodd Stadium in the championship. Both of his home runs came here in Norwich. Very surprising in a hitter's graveyard, and Slauson walloped them both over the wall in right field.
And this season we've seen his power be a big contributor for the Bees. So far he has 0 home runs, although he has 5 RBIs and has came across the plate twice. But exactly, Adam, as you said, it is almost impossible to hit a home run outside of this ballpark, especially at this level. I remember when we had the All-Star game in the Home Run Derby a few years ago. That was a mess, and that just shows how much of a pitcher ballpark this truly is.
Always difficult to hit him out. Jackson Marshall would win the Derby, would beat a former New Britain Bee, Gabriel Torado, also at UConn, and that is where Slauson is transferring to out of St. Anselm. And he certainly earned his promotion to Division I college baseball. The 2-1 rocked foul on the first base side by the Norwich dugout.
It's going to be some rough competition over there for first base with Jackson Marshall. I mean, he just took home UConn's Player of the Year, so huge accolade for him coming out of the Futures League. He'll be playing in the NECBL this year.
Yeah, 6 feet 8 inches, 260 pounds is big Jackson Marshall. And he certainly has plenty of power in his bat. Slauson does too. And it's always interesting for how the managers craft a lineup card. You can never have too much power in a lineup. That is a good problem to have, and the Huskies hoping to have some of that in 2027. It's fouled off over the press box. Maybe not the season that UConn was hoping to have this past spring. Missed out on the NCAA tournament, but some great Sea Unicorns have gone through. Stores, Hector Alejandro threw a no-hitter here. The list goes on and on. There goes the base runner, McGovern, and it's fouled away. Full count here, 3-2.
Slauson really making the pitcher work here to get out of this inning.
Diaz trying to find his way out of it. Surrender to leadoff walk at a double play. 2 out single from McGovern as him on. He'll be on the road on the pitch. There he goes. And ball 4 misses just inside. Good plate approach there from Slauson and a couple of men on with 2 outs.
And Diaz walking off the mound thought that he got that third pitch strike. Although it's all for naught as a new batter will now come up for the Bees. It'll be number 2, the left fielder, Jack Kane. Kane this season batting .400, 3 RBIs, 4 runs, and he leads the Bees with stolen bases. He has 3.
Runners are at first and second. The pitch jammed inside, back over our heads. Strike one. Jack Kane in his second summer with the New Britain Bees.
Always good to see returners in this league. And as I've mentioned, it seems as if they're always better their second stint around.
Learned so much in that first summer. This is a fly ball in the air. First base side. John Bureau will make the catch on it, and that is how the inning will end. Head to the home half. New Britain nothing. Unicorns coming to the plate when we return on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Corn fans, want to watch the Sea Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
If you own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
Back here at Dodd Stadium on a Friday night, first responders night. Sea Unicorns and Yanvier Diaz able to get out of a jam, and now it's time for the Sea Unicorn Bats to take the field. Right at them.
Matthew Shea, that is right, Mike, has the baseball here today. Right-hander on the hill for Matt Gedman's side. Get a look at the numbers for Matt Shea. He's the starter today for the New Britain Bees. Reese McCarthy will lead it off for Norwich.
McCarthy been tremendous on defense for Norwich so far this season. Had a few spectacular plays from the hot corner last time out here at Dodd Stadium on a Sunday morning.
First pitch fastball in there on the outside corner, strike one. Working ahead is Shea. Shea out of Sacred Heart and Killingworth, Connecticut, 6'1", 185 pounds. A young riser, and the Futures League always so good for those risers. And Shea, a promising pitching product.
Absolutely.
Head out to Fairfield County and Sacred Heart. He'll be teammates there with C.J. Nolan. Bouncing ball chopped over to short. There to make the play on it. And, that one got away from the first baseman, Slauson, on the throw from Githbelt. And aboard is the leadoff man for Norwich. Rule it in error on the B shortstop. Take a look at the Sea Unicorns starting lineup crafted by the manager, Zach Gitcher. Reese McCarthy leads it off. He's on at first. Noe at short, batting second with Fiataroni hitting third at second. John Bureau's in the cleanup spot with Jackson Powers in left field batting fifth. C.J. Nolan, the DH, hitting sixth. Bottom of the order is Paul Calandrelli doing the catching. Caden Williamson in right field hitting eighth, with David Pengel making his season debut here for the Norwich Sea Unicorns.
And as you mentioned, Adam, Kenny Noe up to the plate. He's made his presence known in his return to Norwich, batting .308 on the season with 1 home run and 6 RBIs. He's tied for second place with RBIs alongside Michael Fiataroni.
He's on deck. This is the dangerous part of the lineup, and smart decision by Zach Gitcher. Guys that can drive in runs, hitting back-to-back. Good little 2-3 punch in the lineup. Ahead is Shea, the 0-2 home on the ground, topped foul. Working well here is Shea. Good life on his fastball. And he has been in attack mode here against the top of the Norwich lineup.
Noe, a really big pull hitter. We saw him crank a home run outside of Bullens Field to put a stop to the Bullens magic earlier this week.
There is no magic for Westfield, no doubt about that. 27 runs scored for Norwich. Had their way in the school day series. The 0-2 offering home, taken just below the zone for ball one. Shea has shown his fastball and has pretty much said, come and get it if you want it. And he is challenged. A lot of poise from the young right-hander. He's working from the stretch. The 1-2 home. That is a breaking ball, just swerved down low. Boy, two close takes for Noe.
And outstanding plate discipline for Noe. He has a .451 on-base percentage with the Sea Unicorns. And last summer, he walked 17 times in just 32 games. So he's got a great eye at the plate.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Freeport, New York native. 5'10", 185 pounds. He has those powder blue batting gloves in the lefty box. Switch hitter is Noe. The 3-2 on the ground is short. Backhand play at short for one at second, and then bobbling the baseball is Fagnant. And it will be a fielder's choice ground out, but that will be the only play the Bees will get.
So it looks like that one was bobbled momentarily by Fagnant, although it'll work in the hands of the Sea Unicorns, as now they have a dangerous hitter up to the plate, and Michael Fiataroni batting an outstanding .389, 6 RBIs, 8 runs, and he leads the lead in stolen bases with 9.
He's been incredible. Checked his swing, and they don't say he went around. Out of Shelton, Connecticut is Fiataroni, Bryant Bulldog. Have to imagine that playing time that he saw in his freshman season, boy, it goes a long way. They check in again on Noe. Just dives back in there safely. Sea Unicorns have played the fewest games at home this summer of any team in the FCBL. Just their 3rd home game. Norwich 1-1 at home. And the Bees 3-1 on the road. Fastball high and away, 2-0.
Yeah, as you said, Norwich 1-1 at home. A disappointing last game it was on Sunday when the Sea Unicorns would take the L. Looking to come back with a vengeance against the Bees tonight.
2 balls and no strikes on Fiataroni. Swinging away, fouls it off for strike 1. Shea trying to work his way back in the count, and that's what happens when you are out of the zone early in the count. You have to attack back with fastballs, and Shea has a good one, plenty of life on it. See if he goes back to it on 2-1. Noe is the base runner. It's a slider down and away for ball 3.
Fiataroni's college teammate Yami Perez behind the dish. Saw them exchange pleasantries before Fiataroni went to the plate. And this means a lot for these guys, too, especially. It's nice to have that competitive edge, you know?
Some bragging rights when they go back to school, and Fiataroni will work a first inning walk, and Norwich has a couple of men on. We meet the New Britain Bees defensive alignment here on this Friday night. Over at third base, Nico Amicangelo. Miles Githfeld, the shortstop. On the right side, James Fagnan at second base with George Slauson at first. The outfield from left to right has Jack Kane in left field. Up the middle in center field, Brady Paul with Grant Werdesheim in right field. Pitcher, catcher, battery, Matthew Shea tossing to Yami Perez, who you spoke about out of Bryant, located in Rhode Island. No balls and 1 strike on John Bureau. Sea Unicorns cleanup man. Has some traffic aboard. They're at first and second. Fastball below the knees, 1-1.
Bureau, formerly out of UConn, Avery Point, has found his way into the D1 level with Stonehill. This past season, he batted .283 with 2 home runs, trying to get his average up this season with Norwich as he's batting .188.
Wave and a miss. Boy, good wipeout pitch there from Shea. Has him in a pitcher-friendly count, a ball and 2 strikes.
And for Shea, this is probably his best at-bat so far. What I've noticed earlier in this game is that himself and Diaz are seeming to mirror each other in terms of how they're pitching, you know. throwing some balls early on in the count, although they end up somehow finding their way out of these situations.
They've certainly been forced to battle here in the first inning. A ball and 2 strikes on John Bureau in the lefty box. The 1-2 upstairs. Changeup just sailed on Shea. I mean, always so important early in an outing to get a feel for all your pitches. You learn a lot about how the night might play out in these early goings. 2 on and 1 out. 2-2 on the Sea Unicorns first baseman. The pitch outside, and all of a sudden a 1-2 count is run full. Good crowd tonight, Mike, on this First Responders Night, Friday night fireworks, and always enjoy seeing the fans pour into Dodd Stadium. Over 30 years of baseball history, and the fans continue to come back here in 2026. Full count pitch outside, ball 4, loads them up. John Bureau draws a 1-out walk, back-to-back free passes, and boy, that one stings for Shea. He was well ahead 1-2.
Works out for the Sea Unicorns, though, for Bureau. No real surprise that he got on with that one. He has a career .490 on-base percentage in college baseball. And if you're the Sea Unicorns, this is the guy that you want up right now in Jackson Powers.
Powers pops up, strike 1. It'll go dumping into the seats down the third base side. Powers out of St. Anselm. He went crushing in Westfield earlier this week, a 3-run home run. A part of a 9-2 win for Norwich. Sea Unicorns are 2-1 on the week. And when speaking with Zach Gitcher, so important to not get too far in front. Fly ball in the air. This is hit well into right center field. Play ball for Brady Paul. This will score a run. Sacrifice fly. Jackson Powers gets the job done, and Norwich draws first blood to make it 4 straight games.
Powers with his 8th RBI on the season, the leader for Norwich, starting the game off hot, and the runner will still advance to third base. That's Fiataroni. So Norwich looking to draw even more blood as the game goes.
Good swing there by Powers, stayed within his approach. It'll bring up the designated hitter, C.J. Nolan, has had a troubling start offensively. He's a big fan of those muffin food reviews, and he did his first of the summer pregame today, went to the Baker's Dozen. Maybe that's the charm he needs. He waves and misses at strike 1.
You know what we got to tell him about? This is a little bit of free marketing, all right? We got to tell him a little bit about Listella's Bakery in downtown Taffel, one of my favorite places to go.
Is that where you're going for your muffins?
Well, you see, I'm on a diet, all right, man. No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, I'll do my muffins there for sure.
CJ, boy, huge pass at strike 2, and Shea's gone right after him.
Yeah. CJ had a relatively productive year with Sacred Heart batting .242. 22 hits, 3 home runs. Stark difference from his 77 batting average so far here in Norwich.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Nolan chases the wipeout slider down on 3 pitches. Shea minimizes the damage, but it's a 1-0 Norwich lead. We go to the second. 1-0 Sea Unicorns on the Futures League Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Thank you for joining us back here on the Futures League Network on SNSN for this rendition of Sea Unicorns Baseball. If you're just joining us my name is Mike Neville. Adam Plager, our play-by-play guy, will be back momentarily. Norwich has a 1-0 lead over the New Britain Bees as of right now. Yanvier Diaz looking to continue his solid work, allowing just one hit last inning of play and 2 walks. So Diaz will look to settle in just a little bit more. First responder night here at the ballpark. Isn't that right, Adam?
First responders night. That is right, Mike. You are one of those first responders. We say thank you to all of them keeping our community safe. And Dodd Stadium, a vibrant spot to be here on a Friday night. Crowd is poured in. Great crowd enjoying some Futures League baseball. Diaz working from the full windup. Leadoff man up in the inning is the second baseman, James Fagnan. He takes upstairs on the changeup, evens the count, a ball and a strike.
So Fagnan has a 143 average so far this summer, but don't let that fool you. He's got 4 RBIs. And 5 times he's crossed the plate.
It's the number 6 spot in the Bees lineup. Pitchers count, a ball and 2 strikes. 4-pitch arsenal for Yanvier Diaz. 4-seam fastball, a big part of that mix. Circle changeup. And has a couple of secondary pitches mixed in there. Sinker ball, slider, curveball. So check that 5-pitch mix for Diaz, and that gives him lots of options. 2 balls and 2 strikes on James Fagnan. The pitch, reaching out, swats it foul. And the battle will continue. Battle of the Nutmeg State, always so fun to get that going.
Battle of the Nutmeg State, Battle of Connecticut, the Route 2 bout, coined by Randy Brochu,
yes.
One of the greats in this game.
2-2. Bouncer right back up the middle, a base hit. James Fagnan reaches leadoff single. Well, he battled his way on and stuck with it. And Fagnan reaches to kick things off here in the Bees' second inning.
Diaz electing to trust his infield on that one, although the ball just shot up the middle a little bit too quick. Diaz looking to settle in. Perhaps another double play is on his mind.
Pitch from Diaz, fastball high and tight, ball 1. Diaz topped out at 92 in his opening day start. TrackMan providing all the data. Always so exciting to see that added to the Futures League this summer. It's 2-0 now, overthrown fastball. And Diaz has had to work from behind early in counts so far.
And Perez, a dangerous hitter so far for the Bees this year. .333 average, 2 RBIs, and has crossed plate twice.
2-0. Boy, that ran inside and it caught Yami Perez. They'll reach, and the first 2 are on for New Britain to start the second. Miles Githfelt will bat, and Paul Calandrelli trying to slow things down for his young right-hander. Diaz, 19 years of age. Reiser headed to Eastern Connecticut State, where he will be teammates with the likes of Brian Goglia, Eric Mathewson. Warriors always put together a top-end Division III baseball team.
And, of course, who can forget in 2022 when they won the Division III World Baseball Championship. So the Division III ran through Eastern Connecticut for some time. How about that?
Well, they have a great young arm headed their way. Playing in at first is Bureau, and the fastball has the top of the zone. Bureau anticipating maybe a potential bunt headed his way. The batter is the shortstop, Githfelt, who will drop him down from time to time.
And he's a dangerous, dangerous hitter, too. With Colby College this past season, he was batting .315, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 16 RBIs, 11 stolen bases, and this season he's doing very good for the Bees also, batting .467 with 5 RBIs. He's crossed the plate 3 times and he has 2 stolen bases.
Some thunder in the bottom of the lineup for Matt Gedman. Always a welcoming sight. He is not chasing for ball 1 is Githfeld. These are off to a good start, 5-2 on the young summer. Half game behind the Vermont Lake Monsters. Always one of those teams you can expect to be in the mix. The 1-2. Check swing from Githfeld. He held up. Keep the at-bat alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Diaz has not been afraid to go after hitters with a fastball.
And something feels different about this Lake Monsters team, too, I will say, this year. Seems as if they're back to their powerhouse ways.
The pitch inside, 3-2. Speaking of the Lake Monsters, former Lake Monster Jake Harmony with the New Britain Bees here this summer, helping their pitching staff. Norwich went and plucked David Pengel, former New Britain Bee out of Northeastern, redshirted this past spring. Jammed in tight. Githfeld runs the count full. It's a 3-2 count. So Diaz, who was ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, have to credit New Britain. They have put together some quality at-bats here in the second inning, trailing by a run.
Norwich and New Britain seems as if faith has always intertwined these two. Would you believe it that in 2023 a trade even happened between the 2 teams?
Weave and a miss, strike 3. Boy, wipeout slider from Diaz, punches out Githfeld. And Norwich has their first out recorded here in the second.
And Diaz really needed that for his confidence. A beautiful strike right down the middle for Diaz. Seemed as if it was a breaking ball. Might have been a sinker a little bit right down the zone.
So Diaz has an out. Runners are at first and second. Fagnant is the lead runner at second. And Perez, who was hit by the pitch, he's on at first. 2 on, 1 out. Diaz works ahead of the third baseman, Nico Amicangelo, as the High Sox tonight. Well, I try saying that name, Nico Amicangelo. There's the breaking ball, strike 2, and all of a sudden Diaz has gone way ahead of Amicangelo.
Well, I'm Italian, so I can say that. I know you're not, so I can say
No.
that name pretty good. Amicangelo. You got to say it like this, with the hand thing, you know? Amicangelo.
I wouldn't do it justice. Amicangelo fouls it off.
Batting a dreadful 83, so far to start the year. Although he does have 2 RBIs, the product out of the University of Rhode Island.
The pitch home upstairs. Good snag by Calandrelli. Keeping close eyes on Perez, the base runner at first.
I stand corrected. LaSalle University. In the same state, just different divisions.
Out of Red Bank, New Jersey is Amicangelo. He's over at third today. Checks his swing. Knocks it foul to the Norwich dugout. He's caught in between. And good usage of the pitches here from Yanvier Diaz. And when you have a pitch mix of 5, well, that can always keep hitters off balance. But it's a matter of finding out which ones are working for you, and you discover those early in an outing. Still early for Diaz. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Norwich here at Dodd Stadium. First 2 runners reached base safely. Diaz came back with a strikeout of Githfeld. The pitch, topped foul. Look out by the Bees dugout. That is pinballing everywhere.
And these Bees, I will tell you, are frenzying, to say the least. Making Diaz work, throw a lot of pitches these last 2 innings.
On 1-2. Curveball stays up top, 2-2.
And that's what chasing after those pitches and fouling them off does. It's going to eventually cause a lot of frustration for Diaz. And we will see him throw balls already with 3 walks tonight, trying to retire Amicangelo.
On 2-2. That is lined back up the middle, a base hit. The goal from Matt Gedman, turning around third, coming home to score is Fagnant. Throw home, not in time. And New Britain has come right back to tie the game in the second inning. RBI base hit for Nico Amicangelo. And it's the number 9 spot in the Bees lineup that produces the game-tying run.
And Pengel on that last one seemed to misjudge it momentarily, and it was going to allow the Bees runner to score. So 1-1 here live in the Rose.
Credit to Amick Angelo. He really had to fight that plate appearance. Werdesheim is the batter. Now he had to duck out of the way. Good thing he got his bat out of the way. That would have been a strike if it made contact with the wood bat for Werdesheim. Summer Collegiate Baseball here in Norwich, Connecticut. Oh, that was a pitch that just got away from Diaz, and look out. Again, the fastball just dancing inside on righty batters, and that'll bring the attention of Paul Calandrelli for a visit with Diaz.
And obviously no intent on Diaz by those last two pitches, but it kind of adds to the bad blood between these two teams, you know. Back in 2022, we saw the benches clear in New Britain. Of course, these teams face each other so much, being the only two Connecticut teams in the league. And, of course, last year we saw them in the finals when the Sea Unicorns got the best of the Bees. Even though that there's new players, they still remember that for sure.
The history certainly lives on. Bees have held the upper hand in the season series. Fly ball drilled in the air, straightaway center field. Backing up as Pengel makes the grab on it. Will freeze the runners. And Diaz has a couple outs here in the second inning. All-time New Britain is 37-24 against Norwich. They've been really good in the regular season against the Sea Unicorns, but when it mattered the most, Norwich pulled it out in Game 3 last summer in the Futures League Championship with a 13-4 win. It was a much closer game than what the score would indicate. Was 4-4 going into that eighth inning, and all of a sudden, the bats came jumping to life. 2 outs, couple of men on. It's Brady Paul, the center fielder. First pitch fastball here, the pop into the mitt for ball 1.
Some action in the Sea Unicorns bullpen right now, just in case this game gets out of hand for Diaz.
He's had to use a lot of pitches early in this ball game. Changeup rides the top of the zone, 2-0. Boy, and credit to New Britain. They have not allowed Jan Vier to settle in by any means. Has had to use his arsenal to its full potential tonight to try and put away batters. Behind 2-0. Make it 3-0 on Brady Paul.
And Diaz missing high on the majority of his pitches. He just needs to bear down a little bit. You can tell even from up here, he's releasing his ball a little bit too early, a little bit too high. Just needs to come down, follow his motion through, and throw strikes.
3 balls, no strikes. There it is on the outside corner, strike 1. And that time he found the release point he was searching for.
And, you know, I really like how he throws his curveball. I would not be hesitant if he throws one right now.
3-1. Goes to the fastball, fouls it off. It was a fastball count. And Diaz has run the count full. Payoff pitch awaiting Brady Paul. Second time Norwich has seen Paul this summer, both in center field for the Bees.
Diaz looking to get out of the inning. He'll step off momentarily.
Diaz has already used 47 pitches. Number 48, waiting Brady Paul. It'll be a full count offering. It is fouled back. And Diaz nearing the 50 pitch total. We're only in the top of the second inning. Another deep count for the riser headed to Eastern Connecticut State. Very comfortable, though, at Dodd Stadium. Putnam Science Academy does play their games here in Norwich. Runners are on the move. That is ripped foul by the right field line.
Heads up. Lots of fans here tonight. Everyone's going to have to be very cautious of all the bats and balls that may or may not be in play.
Full count, 3-2. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat for Paul. 3-2 on the ground to first. John Bureau has it. He'll take it the rest of the way, and Diaz works around some trouble. Surrenders a run. We're tied at 1. We go to the bottom of the second here on the Futures League Network and listening live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Head to the bottom of the second inning. Diaz had a battle. He's already used 51 pitches tonight. Mitigated what was a dangerous inning. Ball and no strikes on the Sea Unicorns backstop.
On that.
Fouled back. Sorry about that. I still had your
Yeah,
mic
scared me a
muted.
little bit.
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't get any of that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Can you
What am I, a
please-
mime? I guess I'm a mime. You want me to go start performing on the dugout? Yeah?
Hey.
Me and my bad leg?
Oh, no. 1-1, the pitch. Slider fouled away on the third base side.
I don't think the city would like that if I did that.
We'll have to ask Mayor Singh if that would be all right with him. He was here on opening night.
it's
Always
good
good
to
to
see
see the mayor
Great to see him.
here at Dodd Stadium.
Guy, really good guy. Super pro police, super pro Norwich, and obviously he cares a lot about the use of Dodd Stadium. Of course, we'll be having football. And there's Ed as you hear him in the background. We'll be having football come to Dodd Stadium, American soccer, and looking forward to seeing how that's going to shape up, of course.
How is your soccer skills? 1-2. This is a fly ball punched in the air to right field. It'll hang up out there. Wordashine makes the grab on it. And leadoff man retired for Norwich here in the second inning.
Caden Williamson enters the batter's box to the all too familiar sound of Superstitious. The ghost of Ray Leonzi must be lingering along. The former Sea Unicorn great, that was his walk-up song for the 2.5 years he was in Norwich.
What would your walk-up song be? What are we taking with us to the plate? This is popped up in the air. On the 1-0 delivered to Williamson, it's James Fagnant who puts the squeeze on it. And just like that, 2 away. Fans looking to head over for a teeth cleaning while Griswold Dental, I know they take care of you, Mike. That's why you got the pearly whites. You are more than a patient. You're a part of the Griswold Dental family. Find out more at griswolddental.net.
So you were asking about walk-up songs, and I'm trying to think of that one. I think it's got to be I Should Have Been a Cowboy by Toby Keith. That's one of them. Bad Boys by Inner Circle. Come on.
Yeah, that's too good. Fly ball in the air, right field. It's falling in a hurry. It'll get down, a base hit. David Pengel against his former team has his first hit of the summer. Batting 1,000 is the Northeastern Husky, and the Scenic Horns have a 2-out base runner.
First hit and his first at bat. Couldn't have written it up any better for Pengel than that, and that's going to feel extra good to do it against your former club.
Top of the order, it's Reese McCarthy out of UMass Amherst. As the leadoff duties here tonight. Back in the Norwich lineup. Against the right-hander, Scenic Horns showing a bevy of lefties here today. There goes the base runner, Pengel. Got a good jump. The throw from Perez, not in time. David Pengel helps the cause for Norwich. They have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
So first at bat, first hit, first stolen base. Couldn't have drew it up any better for Pengel. And now a golden opportunity for Reese McCarthy to drive in a run. He already has 1 RBI. Of course, he'll be looking for much, much more.
1-0 pitch. This is flied in the air straight away. Center field. Brady Paul's got a beat on it, and Matthew Shea works around some 2-out trouble. We go to the third. It's tied at 1 in Norwich on the Futures League Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long.
Back here in the saddle at Dodd Stadium on a beautiful, picturesque Friday night for some summer baseball. Hard to believe it's not even summertime yet, Adam, as springtime is slowly fading away and summer about to show her beautiful face.
Summer in Norwich and Eastern Connecticut. Nothing better than that. And how about this weather?
Oh, my goodness, beautiful. Stark difference from what we had last Friday, or last Saturday, excuse me, when it was 40 degrees. Now, a crisp, spicy, dare I say, 78 degrees.
Yeah, you can't beat it. Is that accurate, or is that your
That's just my
IDAR?
That's my IDAR.
Let's see. Official.
78. It's either 78 or 82.
Find out here in a moment. 1 ball and no strikes. On the batter, Garrett McGovern, 80 degrees, sunny skies, the official weather report here.
I was in between.
You're right.
Smack dab in between.
Yeah. Great range for you. Beautiful weather. It's perfect. You said it. Picturesque, indubitably.
I don't even know what that means.
Without a doubt. That's the best weather you could get. Popped up in the air, foul territory. Jake, our sales associate, here in the front office, he wanted to make sure we got that in for him. And
Exuberantly?
Indubitably. That's a tongue twister.
There's a reason I'm not a journalist anymore.
That is why you got the badge. And wearing it with honor. 2-1. Fly ball popped up right field side. Going to be a tough play out there. It is falling in a hurry. It has a home in the Norwich bullpen.
Fiataroni gave chase on that one. We saw him make a spectacular play last Sunday when he was manning first base. He was diving. He was
doing the splits.
Doing splits. He made about 3 of them. And then, of course, a beautiful play where he dove into the Dodd Stadium crowd to say hello.
2 balls and 2 strikes is the count on Garrett McGovern. Single to center field his first time up. Diaz trying to battle here in the 3rd inning. Already over the 50 pitch count on 2-2 to the plate. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Calandrelli holds on to it. And Yanvier Diaz has his 2nd strikeout of the night.
That's got to be a good confidence builder for Diaz, firing that one right down the heart of the plate. Fastball about 92 miles an hour. And now he's going to have to go up against a dangerous hitter in George Slauson.
Slauson pops this one up on the first delivery he sees. Playable out there in right field, no problem. Caden Williamson has a beat on it, 2 down.
So Slauson with a walk and a fly out in today's game so far.
Hey, a pitcher's best friend is when you get outs on 1 pitch. And Diaz makes quick work of Slauson. 2 away, it'll bring up the left fielder, Jack Kane. Kane popped out to first his last time up. And ball 1 skips away from Paul Calandrelli. Well, the beautiful thing about baseball, after a frustrating loss last night at Lasher Park, is you get to come right back to the ballpark and do it again. The 1-0. There's the slider. Has the bottom of the zone, evens it up 1-1.
Yeah, that slider has worked very effectively for Diaz as part of the 2 of the 5 strikeouts in his last appearance were by way of the slider.
1 ball and 1 strike on the West Hartford, Connecticut native. Another changeup that sits in there at the bottom of the zone. So Diaz has something working here in the 3rd inning. He threw 78 pitches in his Sea Unicorns debut. Earned the victory for Norwich. That was back on May 30th. The 1-2 home. This is lifted in the air. This is trouble out to the left center field alley. No problem out there, though. Jackson Powers makes the grab on it. And that is how the inning will end. Scoreless work for Diaz. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 1-1 between the Bees and Sea Unicorns.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes. Especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Thank you, Hogan. Great call. Leading off the bottom of 3rd. The York Sea Unicorn shortstop, Kenny Noe.
Kenny Noe leads it off for Norwich. Bottom of the 3rd inning, tied at 1. Good work from Yanvier Diaz. His best inning of the night so far, coming in the top of the inning, retired the Bees in order.
Noe with a ground out, his last plate appearance. Of course, a huge home run versus the Starfires this past week.
Shea back out there for his 3rd inning on the mound, rolled over to first. Slauson underhand flipping for Shea, and quickly retired is Noe to begin the Norwich 3rd.
3-1 on that one goes Noe. Michael Fiataroni back to the dish right now. would be huge if he could get on base, as he leads the Sea Unicorns in stolen bases with 9. And of course, having a spectacular year in his return to Norwich so far, batting .389.
The pitch. Fiataroni taking for ball 1. Noe retired to begin the inning. Fiataroni is first time up. Drew a walk. 1-0. He squares this one up to left center field. This is trouble in the gap. It'll get down and roll out to the wall. Fiataroni hustling around second. He's digging for third. Fiataroni trying to leg this one out. He's in there safely. It's Fiataroni. Ball squeaks away from Shea backing up. It is a splashing one-out triple for Michael Fiataroni. Injects some life into the Dodd Stadium crowd. Boy, backside triple to the opposite field, and Michael Fiataroni is the game go-ahead run 90 feet away.
And as I said, Adam, that speed paying its dividends. 9 stolen bases, although that also means that you're a fast base runner on the base pass, and he's able to leg out that triple after it was hit the opposite way.
Boy, a sweet swing there from Fiataroni. And Shea tested here with 1 out. And the go-ahead run 90 feet away. It's Bureau at the plate. Bounces away, strike 1, foul.
And a nice snag right there by a fan. See a lot of opportunities for some great plays tonight. A little over 3,000 people here in the ballpark. Might even be more.
It is house filling up here in Norwich. Always a great sign. 1-1 to Bureau. Taken below the knees for ball 2. Fiataroni's triple is the first triple of the summer for the Norwich offense. Go back to 2024. A.J. Solders set a Futures League record with 8 triples. This is back up the middle, a base hit through the drawn-in Bees defense. This will give Norwich the lead. RBI base knock, John Bureau. It's 2-1 Norwich.
And Bureau, that is his 3rd RBI on the young season. So kudos to him for shooting that one right back up the middle. And Michael Fiataroni will score for the 9th time this season. Norwich, it's a party here so far. Looking to keep it going on this Friday night.
Boy, back-to-back hits for this Norwich offense. Coming here with 1 out, Shane Bogley. Meeting at the mound, comes out there, pitching coach for the New Britain Bees. Part of the 3-man coaching staff for Matt Gedman, along with Matt Rondeman, their bench coach. It's a 2-1 lead for Norwich here in the bottom of the 3rd. Gives us a chance to talk about some food. Charlene's Diner. If you're hungry as well, we'll get to the midweek ballpark bundle in just a moment. But it's a hungry offense right now for the Sea Unicorns. And at Charlene's Diner, before you come to the ballpark, stop by Charlene's Diner, Main Street, Jewett City, for a delicious breakfast or lunch. Order what you want, eat what you get, only at Charlene's Diner, Main Street, Jewett City.
I got so excited I started talking about it a lot earlier.
I know we got to get ourselves over to Charlene's here.
We do. I live right down the road from it. You live right down the road from it, Al.
Maybe a Sunday brunch before a game.
It's not a bad idea. Only on Sundays, though. They got that special. Forgot what it is, but good pancakes. Huge opportunity for Jackson Powers right now.
This is skied in the air to right field. This will stay in the yard. Camping underneath it, and there to make the grab is Where to Shine. 2 gone.
It seems as if Powers has really started to find his swing this early on in the season. Of course, a loud fly out in the first inning when he had that RBI. And now one that looked like it could have carried out here if it was the right angle of wind.
2 outs in the inning. C.J. Nolan punched out his first time. There goes the base runner, Bureau. Ball gets away from the backstop, Perez. Rolls up the first base line and into scoring position is the Stonehill product, John Bureau. Delivered a clutch RBI base hit. That's where we stand. 2 runs on 3 hits for Norwich, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error for the Bees.
Bureau with his second stolen base of the young season, both of them taking place here at Dodd Stadium.
2-0 hitters count on C.J. Nolan, Coventry, Connecticut native.
One of the fan favorites here. Always good to see a returner here with the Sea Unicorns and in the Rose City.
In a hitter's friendly count, Bureau's in scoring position. 2-0 from Shea. Topped foul. Boy, that was CJ's pitch in his hot zone. And he just swung over top of it for strike 1.
And Nolan has had a rough return to the Rose so far. He's batting .77 on the year. Although he does have 2 RBIs and has came across a plate to score 5 times. He's looking to right the wrong from his first at-bat.
2-1. Boy, it just missed outside. It was a shadow pitch.
The zone pretty tight here tonight for both sides. Batters in the batter's box able to take their time. The pitchers really trying to dial it in where they're going to throw their strikes.
The 3-1 offering. That is taken on the outside corner, 3-2.
Seems as if that one was in the same exact location as the last pitch that was ruled a ball, although all for naught. Hitters count 3-2. 2 gone. And the tail end of the 3rd.
Full count on C.J. Nolan. Bureau is the base runner at second. The pitch home, flied in the air. Medium center field, backing up Brady Paul, moving in, makes the catch, and that's how the inning will end. Norwich plates a run, take the lead, 2-1, headed to the 4th on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Corn fans, want to watch the Sea Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
If you own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great part.
Welcome to West Vine Street School.
Back here in the saddle at Dodd Stadium once more. 4th inning of baseball will be underway momentarily. Sea Unicorns up now by a score of 2-1. New pitcher to tell you about for the Sea Unicorns. It'll be the right-hander, John Devine. He has 2 appearances with the Sea Unicorns this season. In 3 innings, he has a 6.00 ERA and 3 strikeouts. What else can you tell us about Mr. John Devine, Mr. Plager?
John Devine gets the rock here for Norwich, Central Connecticut State Blue Devil. Second outing of the summer for him. Check that 3rd outing of the summer for Devine. Both have come against the Westfield Starfires. The Big Rig, as they call Mr. Devo himself, always has a smile on his face. It's a lot of fun to see him around Dodd Stadium. And for Devine, he brings with himself a
6.00 ERA.
6-pitch mix.
6-pitch mix.
4-seam fastball, curveball, 2-seam fastball, cutter, Change up and slider. Boy, lots to choose from. Wouldn't like to play multiple choice with him. 6 different choices on the ballot.
So get me away from that.
James Fagnant leads it off for the New Britain Bees here in the 4th inning. Diaz had a fight, and he worked his way through 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, allowed an earned run, struck out a pair. Sometimes you just don't have your best stuff, but even so, he still fought and battled, and right now he's giving his team a chance to win a ball game. Norwich out in front, leading 2-1, and they are going to need their bullpen to have to come through, cover the final 6 innings. The 1-1 from Devine. There's the big bender, Uncle Charlie at your knees.
Dirty. That was dirty. And they're going to need a lot more dirty pitches like that, Adam, as you were saying. They've had trouble finishing out ball games thus far this season. Of course, that 8-run 8th inning that we saw last Sunday, the dagger in the hearts of the Sea Unicorn fans. And then, of course, just last night, as the 9th inning approached, Sea Unicorns up by a score of 4-2, ended up losing 5-2 on a walk-off walk.
Topped over to second. There to make the play on it. Fiataroni retires Fagnant. The leadoff man retired for the Bees here in the 4th. Good work there by John Devine. So important to take care of the leadoff batter in any inning. Takes care of the speedy James Fagnant, and that is important. Fagnant offers a base-stealing threat. Base is empty, and a wave and a miss there on the wipeout slider by Yami Perez.
Way late on that one was Perez. A swing and a whiff. Hit by pitch his last time up.
This time he pops one up in medium right field. It's Williamson there to make the play on it. 2 down.
Devine settling into this game nice. That big bender, as you said, has been working to his dividends.
Maybe you are a math guy if you're talking about dividends.
I am not a math guy, I assure you. I was a journalist a long time ago for a reason. Can't escape math.
Good felt. Looking at ball 1. Just missed the zone for John Devine.
You know, even though I'm bad at math, I know that there's 9 guys on the field at a time, so that's a start.
That's all you need to know. 6'2", 245 pounds is Devo. 2-0 on the New Britain shortstop. He was punched out his last time at the plate. That was back in the 2nd inning on 2-0. Shot foul down the right field side. Williamson, long run over there. Look out by the Sea Unicorns bullpen, and Andy Baylock, boy, a Dodd Stadium legend, Yukon baseball legend, lots of baseball knowledge, just a wealth of knowledge. Anytime you get a chance to speak with Coach Baylock.
Read my mind. A wealth of knowledge indeed. It's like he's part of the stadium. It's like when it comes to Dodd Stadium, when it comes to Sea Unicorns, when it comes to baseball and just sports in Eastern Connecticut as a whole, he is just the epitome of what it is. Of course, he was a coach with Yukon men's football, too. He does it all.
Fastball dots the zone, 3-2. Good spot for Devine. See that Yukon football bag that he always carries. Anytime you hear him speak, you better pay attention and listen. Very wise words, and always a lot of fun to see him out on the road with the team, and the insights that he brings, not just about the game of baseball, but as a man, as a human being, and his discipline and what has allowed him to be so successful. The 3-2. Curveball lifted in the air. Going to be a tough play out there in short right center field. Falls in, a base hit. Miles Githbelt keeps the inning alive with a 2-out single to the opposite field.
And that's all it takes sometimes. We've seen a lot of bloop singles with the Sea Unicorns the first few games here. That's how they scored the majority of their runs. The Bees doing the same. Devine looking to stop the Bees' rally. and keep the one-run lead.
Coach Baylock, 87 years young, still a part of the Sea Unicorns coaching staff, was a part of the Connecticut Tigers days. Director of UConn football, alumni and community relations as well.
Still at it. I hope I'm like that, honestly, when I get older.
01.
Active in the community. Hopefully I'm still not patrolling then, but I mean.
His birthday is coming up June 22nd. Going to be a special day.
We got to do something for him.
Absolutely will. This is a fly ball in the air. Medium right center field. David Pengel has a beat on it, and John Devine works a scoreless fourth inning. Norwich takes a 2-1 lead. Head to the bottom of the fourth on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Thank you, Logan. Great job, Glenn. Leading off. The bottom of the fourth inning, the Norwich Sea Unicorns, the catcher, Paul Calandrelli.
Back here in the saddle at Dodd Stadium. Mike Neville, your color guy all season long, alongside the one, the only play-by-player.
Hey, good to be with you right here in the saddle here at Dodd Stadium. Strike one as the outside corner on the URI product, Paul Calandrelli. Calandrelli out of Madison, Connecticut. Was showing elite stuff defensively. He hooks it out to left field, a base hit. Paul Calandrelli has hits in back-to-back games, and Norwich starts the tide here in the fourth inning.
Exactly how you want to start this game if you're the Sea Unicorn. Just a nice line drive single right over the third baseman McAngelo's glove. And Norwich is on the board.
Runner at first is Calandrelli. It'll bring up the right fielder, Caden Williamson. Righty's offering fastball tails outside, 1-0.
Williamson has had a strong start to the summer. 278 batting average, just shy of 300, 3 RBIs, and he's touched home plate 3 times.
Has batted everywhere in this lineup. Uncle Charlie sits in the zone for strike one. Williamson out of Broomfield, Colorado, and spoke to him about playing at altitude. And as most Coloradians tell you, oh, they just don't notice it. But when you are from there and a local, the throw from Perez to second skips out to center field. Staying at the second base bag is Calandrelli, and Norwich is running on the bases this summer. Zach Gitcher strongly encouraging it, and that time Colby Region giving the green light to Paul Calandrelli. Swipes his third of the summer. I guess they credit just the first of the summer for Calandrelli. I think his others were via wild pitches, and you don't get the stat for a stolen base there. So
it's nice to be positive. Nice to be positive.
Is.
You know, we're going to manifest it. He's going to steal 2 more bases today. He might even steal home.
Hey,
Jacoby Ellsbury style.
2-2 on Williamson. Just a dynamic athlete. Has played some center field as well tonight in right field. Huge Colorado Avalanche fan. 2-2. Cuts and misses at strike 3. Boy, dialed up the fastball. Shea did. And tardy to the party was Williamson for the first out here in the Norwich fourth inning.
And just like the Avalanche, Williamson struck out.
Oh,
I know, you're an Avalanche fan. You know, you're
a Ducks fan.
You guys did good this year, though, no?
We did good until we saw Vegas. Or should I say we did well? That would be the proper English as a broadcaster. I probably should be a little locked into those. Either way, Vegas was not who everyone wanted to see in the postseason, knocking out both Anaheim and Colorado in consecutive rounds. There goes Calandrelli. Did you speak it into truth, Mike? You did. He's safe at third. Paul Calandrelli has stolen bases 1 and 2 in the same inning.
The broadcaster's jinx working to dividends for the first time ever, I think.
You see something new every day. That'll move the infield defense in. David Pengel has a base hit today. Cracks away, strike 2, foul.
That one sounded great off the bat. I did say.
So important to trust your hands, and Pengel trying to use that backside approach that these hitters talk about so often. Trusting your hands, allow the ball to travel deeper into the zone. Shea from the stretch on 1 and 2 to Pengel. Outside 2 and 2. Aboard at third is Calandrelli. He singled and then advanced on a couple of stolen bases. It's even on the right-handed hitting center fielder. He taps it, and it's a fair ball just in front of home plate. And Pengel is retired. Boy, I thought that was a foul ball. And to the benefit of Yami Perez and Matthew Shea, it was ruled a fair ball, and Pengel thrown out at first. It keeps Calandrelli at third. 2 outs for Reese McCarthy, top of the Norwich lineup. He's taking for strike 1.
And McCarthy, of course, with a fly out to center field and then reached on an error earlier on today. It's been phenomenal when it comes to the defensive work for Norwich this year.
No doubt about it. Norwich trying to scratch across some insurance. Both clubs with 4 hits today, but Norwich 2 runs. That ran inside and caught McCarthy on his right leg near the ankle area. He'll jog it off, and Norwich has them at the corners. Keeps the inning alive for Kenny Noe.
Kenny Noe has been spectacular so far when it comes to games here at Dodd Stadium this summer.
Noe has had plenty of that success in the lefty box. He's taking the fastball outside for ball 1. Next time Norwich sees these Bees, it'll be a Wednesday game, and that means a midweek ballpark bundle. Purchase a premium seat and 2 hot dogs just for the price of $15. There goes the base runner. The throw from to second is a good one. Now coming home trying to score is Calandrelli. He did score and steal home. Paul Calandrelli now has 3 stolen bases. Mike Neville has spoken into existence here at Dodd Stadium. And Norwich has taken a 3-1 lead. Double steal to perfection. Boy, it all started with the base runner aboard at first. That was McCarthy. And because of it, it allowed Calandrelli to come home and score.
Dare I say Magic Mike.
Boy, and now Noe right at the shortstop. Githfeld leaps and makes the grab in midair. Robs Noe of a potential extra base hit. Norwich scratches across the run. Take a 3-1 lead. We go to the 5th on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Better with Burns. Much better. So much better with Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better with Burns. You buy better with Burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better. So much better at Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better at Burns. You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
John Devine back out his second inning of relief work for Norwich. The Unicorns giving him a little insurance, 3-1 lead. After Paul Calandrelli goes robbing some bases, 3 swipe bags. And Norwich delivers with a couple of outs in the inning. Devine worked a scoreless 4th inning. Norwich is going to have to build a big bridge here. Diaz covered only 3 innings. Norwich starter making his second start with the Unicorns. Devine ready to work. And the first pitch home ruled for strike 1. It's the top of the Bees order. Grant Wordeshine leads it off.
And those two, that extra insurance run, even though that we're in the top of the 5th inning, that works. That's huge for the Sea Unicorns right now, especially a team that has a tendency to give back their runs. So hopefully they've learned from their mistakes and they'll be able to continue to be stalwart on the mound tonight.
Devine's breaking ball sneaks in there at the knees, strike 2. Good spot on Wordeshine, who has walked. He's also flied out to center field. Devine working in a hurry. The 1-2 pitch inside, 2-2.
Mr. John Devine, the big right-hander, number 36.
The 2-2 home. That is bounce back up the middle. Weird hop off the mound. No, he charges. Isn't going to be a tough play. He'll hold on to it. Keep it in his back pocket. Wise decision by the Monmouth product. Noe, it went right off the rubber. Kicked right up. Devine quickly got out of the way, but by the time Noe got to it, the speedy Wordeshine is aboard. And it's New Britain who has the leadoff man on.
Anyway, we can get a replay on that one. That was such a strange bounce. I don't think I've seen anything like that here at Dodd Stadium. It looked like it went to the mound or something like that.
I think it hit right off the slab. See if we can get a look at that in a moment. Nick Daru, our broadcast producer and engineer. Fastball high and away, ball 1. Always like to say thank you to all of our broadcast staff here on production this season. Evan Ollinson running the camera on the first base side. Mark Benway as well running the camera. Operations on the third base side. Logan Rundy, our team reporter. Can't forget about Mike Neville, my good friend, right next to me in the broadcast booth. SNSN Sports, Mike Minarski. 1-0 pitch, cut on and miss. Evens the count, a ball and a strike on Brady Paul. That's hit into a double play, has grounded out a couple of times, 0 for 2 today.
Big hack on that one by Paul. 4-3 was such a crazy play. I still can't get over it. And Devine keeping Wordesheim honest there at first base. His first hit of the game.
5 hits now for the Bees. There goes Wordeshine. The throw from Calandrelli is a good one. It is not in time. Boy, Noe swiped the tag, and I think they're going to have a conversation about it. Oh, excuse me. They just have to rotate positions here. The two field umpires with the runner in scoring position. Boy, Noe thought he had the tag down in time.
Yeah, it's not like you can tap the top of your head and you can
Nope.
have an instantaneous replay. There you
Would
go.
be nice if we could do that. Devine's pitch. Outside 2-2. We're barking in the park tomorrow, Mike. Ever wished you could bring your furry four-legged friend out to a game? Tonight, that is June 6th, is your chance to do that. Opening part of the third baseball field side seating down the third base side sections for those fans that would like to bring their furry friends for some fun baseball action. Dogs must be leashed. Owners will have to sign a waiver when entering the stadium. Please use the gates closest to the barbecue area for the ballpark for entry with your four-legged friend. Man down. Devine with a huge out here for himself in the fifth inning. That'll keep the base runner Wordashine at second. And it's the designated hitter, Garrett McGovern, at the plate. So important for Devine to provide some innings and chew them up here just in the fifth inning. And it's a 3-1 Norwich lead. McGovern today has struck out and singled to center field. Devine's pitch home. Again with the curveball. He's been mixing them in there.
He has, and they're effective too. I mean, especially when he got out of the pen, they just were cut in so deep, making these hitters look silly. Devine looking to do the same thing, especially if he wants to get out of this inning with a man on second.
Devine's pitch, another
There it is.
changeup. That
Don't
time
know where that one missed, though, honestly.
not as much vertical drop, just stayed a little too top side heavy. And instead, the count is 2-1 on McGovern. Devine ready to work. Fastball, boy, talk about change in pace on that flight plan, 2-2. Anytime you see the big breaking ball, and then you're attacked with the fastball, so challenging to keep pace with it. Devine ready. He's working on 2-2. Swung on and missed, struck him out. Boy, going fishing on the slider is McGovern. Devine's got his first strikeout here of the night.
Yeah, McGovern looking silly on that one. I think that he was really put off by that big curveball that we saw from Devine, and then just a slider down and low made him chase, and now it's 2 outs. Devine looking to get out of this one with a dangerous hitter in Slauson.
Devine will take some time before he attacks the left-handed hitting first baseman George Slauson. Slauson is walked. He's also flied out to right field. Now he's keeping close tabs on the base runner, Grant Wordashine. He led the inning off with a base hit to the Norwich shortstop.
Of course, Slausing will be attending UConn, as you mentioned earlier on the broadcast. How about this? Bat 444 for St. Anselm this season. That is absurd. One of the best hitters in all of D2 baseball. 13 home runs. Very, very respectable for the D2 level. And he led the Northeast 10 Conference in batting average and was among the national leaders in average and RBI production. So just a phenomenal, phenomenal year for him.
Big reason why the Huskies came calling or howling for him. George Slauson, plenty of power in that lefty batter's box. Favorable spot with a righty on the mound. Hitters count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Devine has the sign. Long pause at the stretch. The pitch home to the opposite field. Long run out there in left field. Going to be a tough play on the warning track. Making the catch is Jackson Powers, and that is how the inning will end. Norwich strands a runner in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-1 Norwich on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. Head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Matthew Shea still working, the starter for the New Britain Bees. Has allowed 3 runs on 4 hits. Unicorns will start it out with Michael Fiataroni. 3, 4, and 5 due up for Norwich here in the home fifth.
New pitcher to tell you about for the Bees, as it will be number 31, Isaac Cabral. The product out of Salve Regina University, Lincoln, Rhode Island native. This past season with Salve, 1-0 record, 2.84 ERA. It's just 7 appearances. Looking to get work in this summer with New Britain.
It's Isaac Cabral who comes in. Rising sophomore. His measurables on the mound, 5'11", 175 pounds. Changes the look for Matt Edmond. The starter, Matthew Shea, makes it 4 innings today. Allows the 3 runs on 4 hits. Recorded a couple of strikeouts along the way. Issued a couple of walks. Just giving his team a chance to stay in the ball game, and the Bees still very much alive. A team you can never count out. They had their way in the season opener for Norwich. Won it by a 4-3 final score. Unicorns' comeback effort came up just short. Norwich had brought the tying run to the plate in that 9th inning, but were unable to cash it in.
They buzz. The Bees buzz, but you know what the Unicorns do? They swim.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Buzzing that time is Cabral, and he punches out Michael Fiataroni. 3 pitches to retire the Norwich leadoff man here in the 5th inning.
And big cut by Fiataroni right there. He already has the triple, was looking to send that one in to the Norwich night. Still looking for his first home run in the early season here at Dodd Stadium.
John Bureau takes strike 1, pumped into the zone. Good fastball for Cabral. Defensive alignment still at standard depth for the Bees. Righty on lefty matchup, the pitch. Bouncer foul. Boy, Norwich with a bevy of left-handers. And Mac Edmond turning to a right-hander. Plenty of trust in Cabral to take care of the lefties in the Norwich lineup.
Bureau, not a pure home run hitter, but he consistently drives the ball. You'll see him produce a lot of doubles and RBIs. Of course, he's right down the road. The East Lyme, Connecticut native, had a phenomenal career at Avery Point and UConn. 2025 batted at .367, 7 home runs, very respectable. And he has a career on-base percentage.
That hit him in the top of his foot. Boy, stung him. He's trying to shake that one off. Way ahead was Cabral. And then lost him. A couple of wild pitches all over the zone, and then ball 3 came inside and got him on the left foot. So Norwich has a base runner with 1 out.
You know, Bureau will get on base any way that he can. He's got a 500-plus career on-base percentage. Essentially gives the Sea Unicorns an extra base runner every other trip to the plate, and I think he just cashed in on it.
Bureau has now reached base safely in all 3 of his plate appearances tonight, has walked, singled, and now been hit by a pitch. As Joe DeLanza will tell you, no fear in his batters at the plate. Norwich was hit by the pitch 9 times in Westfield. Spoke about that Futures League record. C.J. Nolan plunked 3 of the 9 times. And it was just a disastrous day for Westfield pitching. Simply put, just could not command the strike zone. Norwich literally had to wear it. Fastball grooved into the outside corner, strike 1.
Yeah, for Powers in his last game versus Lowell, had a 2-run single in the first inning. Helped the Sea Unicorns jump out early. Still looking for his first hit in the game.
Right back to the mound. Cabral spots it and turns an inning-ending double play. 1-3. Well, he was rocketed off the bat of Powers. Right at Cabral. Finishes the inning. We go to the 6th. 3-1 Norwich on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Go to the top of the 6th inning, 3rd inning of relief for John Devine. And he has been sharp out of the Norwich bullpen, trying to make it 3 innings. Leadoff man up in the inning is Jack Kane. Out there in left field tonight. 0 for 2 has popped out and flied out. Boy, the importance for Devine to give Norwich length, so critical. But more importantly, keep his pitch count down is critical for the Sea Unicorns, trying to manage a 2-run lead. 1-1, fouled off, strike 2. Boy, a couple of ball games Norwich felt like they had locked up. 7th inning or later have not gone as planned. And those are demons you certainly want to exercise early in the year. Try and get rid of those, because those are huge wins that this group has got to find as this summer rolls on. 1-2 on Kane. His pitch home. Fouled off. Kane battling here with 2 strikes.
And yeah, Adam, I know it's early on, but you really want to exercise those demons, as you told us about, when it comes to this team giving up these leads late, because it just hurts them in the long run.
On the ground, a short. Tough play on the run for Noe. Sprawling out. John Bureau stays on the first base cushion It's good for tonight's DB Lunt feeling electric. Play of the game. How about it? Noe charging in through a rocket across the diamond and helps John Devine spot his first out. John to John, helping things out there. Devine, the pitcher, and John Bureau, the first baseman.
Yeah, Noe doing an excellent job today so far. He's been really finding his approach at the plate, as I did mention, and even doing it on defense. It's a beautiful web gem right there.
Arguably better defensively, and he's been great at the plate. Last night, boy, it looked like he climbed 6 stories high to make a leaping catch at LeLasher Park. He was incredible. And, boy, he certainly cares a lot about his play defensively, as exciting as it is to make the plays offensively. Well, your glove, it can take you a long, long way in this game. For Noe, it has been on full display this summer. It's a ball and 2 strikes on James Fagnant today. 1 for 2 as singled and grounded out to second.
So let me ask you about LeLasher Park, as I say, correct? So obviously you went to go to the game yesterday, got to experience that park and a Futures League feel. How was it? What was the experience like? Are the fans in Lowell excited for baseball to be back?
Well, as they say, every night feels like opening night there. Wave and a miss for strike 3. Fagnant retired. He's frustrated. A gorgeous park, and we'll start with that. That video board out there in left field. It just gives you that feel of a minor league ballpark. All the graphics that they're running, the excitement around that ballpark, and for the fans that stuck around in the bottom of the 9th inning, boy, were they given a treat. Devine has been a treat to watch so far tonight, trying to make it 3 scoreless innings out of the Norwich bullpen. He's working ahead on the catcher, Yanni Perez. It is a park certainly worth visiting, Mike.
But of course, it's nothing.
It is no Dodd
like
Stadium.
Dodd Stadium.
It is no Dodd Stadium, but give them credit.
As there
Fun park
is
to go to.
My friend Logan in the crowd.
1-1.
Hi, Logan.
Fouled off, strike 2. John Devine has been mixing his pitches. 6 pitch mixes we've described. Unicorns have a right-hander loosening. Adam Carpenter, one of those guys available. Charles Ennis, Sean Connolly. Cariello had to come in that 9th inning. The pitch, there's Uncle Charlie for strike 3. John Devine make it 3 scoreless innings out of the Norwich bullpen. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Norwich in front, 3-1 on the Futures League Baseball Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Corn fans, want to watch the Sea Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
If you own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great part.
The fans are hungry here for a Sea Unicorns win at Dodd Stadium, and we hope that you are. Monday home games, kids eat free, brought to you by BTW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. My good friend Blake Wasanooks and his wonderful company. Will you join us June 15th, 22nd, 29th, and August 13th for this wonderful promotion?
Hey, free food, who says no?
Hey, I mean, you're going to have to be a kid. You might have to.
Do I still meet the do I still not meet the requirements?
Well, all I know is that
bouncing ball to third. And McAngelo charges in. Long throw across the diamond in time. Takes care of C.J. Nolan to the chagrin of the Norwich faithful. And one gone here in the 6th inning.
And Adam, back to that free food. All I know is that the Red Sox fans are starving
For
at the
wins,
99
huh?
restaurant.
The Red Sox fans are starving for wins.
I'm a Colorado Rockies fan now, man.
Are you?
It's bad.
Oh.
You know it's bad when I'm rooting for the Rockies.
You took care of my Angels.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I forgot about them.
Paul Calandrelli looks at strike one. A lot of great promotions all summer long. 0-1 home. Popped up foul. It'll go into the seats.
Excited, of course, for Bark in the Park tomorrow. Excited to see all the friendly pups wagging their tails. And we got even some other great promotions coming throughout the year that haven't even been
announced yet.
And
They're coming
I mean,
up.
I know what it is. You know what it is. But I think that the fans are going to like it when it's announced finally.
0-2 pitch from Cabral is low and away, ball one. Fun to see this ballpark light up here on a Friday night, and you know you can enjoy Friday night fireworks thanks to Liberty Bank. Outside 2-2.
Beautiful night for it, too. You know, there's no wind this time around. You're going to see a beautiful skyline here. The pink skies slowly starting to make their presence felt here at Dodd Stadium.
The 2-2. Calandrelli again jammed in tight.
Oh, right into the wheelhouse of my good friend Logan Rourke is sitting. Logan, I hope you brought your glove.
Nothing like a good souvenir here at Dodd Stadium. Calandrelli trying to help start the Norwich engine here in the 6th inning. He's popped up. Center field, Brady Paul underneath it to make the grab on it. 2 up, 2 down for Norwich here in the 6th inning.
The ghost of the Sea Unicorns great Ray Leonzi makes his presence back with Superstitious playing in the background. Ray wrapped up a phenomenal baseball career last season at Eastern Connecticut State University.
Eastern Connecticut State, one of those top Division III collegiate baseball programs. The 1-0 to Williamson. Scorcher foul down the first base side. This is the number 8 spot in the Norwich order. Trying to battle here against Cabral, who is the second arm used today by Matt Gedman. Unicorns back in action tomorrow night. We talked about it, Bark in the Park, and the first time this summer we see those Nashua Silver Knights. And then it's the Worcester Bravehearts out on the road in the heart of the Commonwealth. Fitton Field, the hosting site. 4 o'clock first pitch on Sunday. Bouncer foul, 2-2. Tomorrow night, 6:30 first pitch. Our pregame show as scheduled at 6 o'clock local time. We apologize for those technical difficulties getting on your airways here tonight, but rest assured, 6 o'clock, Capital Property Group pregame show all summer, and a very special segment headed your way tomorrow, our Moments with Mike here at Dodd Stadium.
Looking forward to that one. It's going to make you feel like you're in the Wild West.
That's right.
Although I don't think the Sea Unicorns live in the Wild West, unfortunately.
Nope, narwhals, the great beast in the ocean.
Don't say that. These people are going to be like, oh, should have been the narwhals, but nope.
The Sea Unicorns, but
Unicorns.
that logo, it is a narwhal, and it is a mystic sea creature.
Mystic is right down the road, too, of course, and When the Sea Unicorns logo dropped, it was the top seller in all of minor league baseball. How about that?
On the ground, roll over to third. Amick Angelo backs up on it, fields it, snaps it across the diamond. It gets away from the first baseman, Slauson. On the go is Williamson. He'll advance into scoring position. It'll be an error charged against Nico Amick Angelo. And the Sea Unicorns have a 2-out runner in scoring position. Second error committed by the Bees defense. Well, it was going to be a tough play for Amick Angelo. And the coaching staff will tell you have to attack the baseball, go after it. Amick Angelo backed up on it. That second hop headed his way. It handcuffed him. And Slauson tried to sprawl out to save it or keep it in front of him. And fleet-footed Williamson in scoring position. Punched foul for strike one by the Sea Unicorn center fielder David Pengel. Prize prospect outfielder at Northeastern, and he'll be a lot of fun to watch with the Northeastern Huskies for many years to come. Speaking of treats, Jack Treat is here in Norwich. Montville product coming to do Bryant. Jammed inside is Pengel. This is in the air on the right side. It's George Slauson in foul territory will make the catch, and that's how the inning will end. We go to the seventh. 3-1 Norwich on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on
SNSN
Sports.
Oh, almost.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
New pitcher in the ball game for Norwich is the Stonehill College product, Sean Connolly. Hebron, Connecticut native. In his second summer in the Futures League. Connolly in his 2025 season here in Norwich was a regular out of the Sea Unicorns bullpen, a huge part of that 2025 championship run. Good to see him get the baseball here today in a big spot. Norwich holding on to a 3-1 lead. Connolly with the Sea Unicorns pitched to a 5.47 ERA. 24 2/3 innings worked. All out of the Norwich bullpen. Connolly's measurables: 6'3", 195 pounds. Looking to work a scoreless 7th inning. Fans, the weather is heating up, and so should the fun. Rent a Polaris slingshot from Strain Family Motors in Lisbon and feel the excitement of the open road. Go to sfmslingshots.com and rent one today.
Strain Family Motors in my hometown of Lisbon. I've rented one a time or two, and I must say, it's a mighty fine time.
Should we go rent a slingshot? Polaris.
With you driving or me driving?
With me.
Oh, God.
How's that going to go?
I don't know about that one.
You don't like a good old adventure, off-roading, if you will.
I don't know what California drivers are like. So.
I don't think it matters what California drivers are like. I think it's what
the traffic decides, right?
What Adam is like handling the wheel. 1 ball and no strikes on Miles Githfeld. Goodfeldt batting in the number 8 spot in the Bees lineup. Takes low and away 2-0.
Single in his last at bat was before Giffelt. That's his first hit of the game.
Connolly working from the stretch, 2 balls and no strikes. The righty's offering home, swung and foul tipped into the mitt. So important for Connolly to be heading counts, and especially for him, trying to mix up his pitch combination.
And of course, Connolly huge in Game 3 of the Futures League Championship against the New Britain Bees.
Or in the win.
Season. Yep, in the win. Helped them secure, of course, their 3rd consecutive Futures League title.
Connolly offers a 4-seam fastball, slider, and changeup combo. Has come back in the count, evens it 2 balls and 2 strikes on Githfeld. He's the Bees shortstop today. Righty takes a long pause, 2-2 home, is caught on and missed. Fishing for strike 3 on a nasty wipeout slider, and Connolly punches out Githfeld.
And this is exactly why they brought Sean Connolly back in 2026, because they trust him in big moments. Championship season is hard to teach. Connolly, he appeared, of course, in 17 games last summer, struck out 20 hitters in just under 25 innings of work here in Norwich. He's one of several Connecticut natives on the Norwich roster, and as you said, comes from Hebron, just a short drive from Dodd Stadium. So no host families for him, which is really good for the organization.
Yeah, always so nice when you can sleep in your home beds, and we can't thank our host families enough for what they do to make the stay even better here in the Rose City. 16 Unicorns with host families here in 2026, and that is, boy, we can't thank our community for opening up their homes and welcoming in our players. Boy, that's a big part of it. Your time away from the ballpark, as much as these guys are at the park, boy, you have to enjoy where you're staying. It's a big part of it. 0-2 home. Just missed for ball 1. Boy, Connolly got the call.
Wow.
Delayed strike 3 call. 4 straight strikeouts from Norwich pitching. Connolly has been in the driver's seat looking to try and strike out the side. Rolls over the lineup card for Grant Werdeshine.
That's right, Adam. Dating back to Mr. Devine from last inning, Fagnan, Perez, Githfeld, and now Emick Angelo down on strikes. Norwich looking to make it 5 straight.
Top of the order, and Werdeshine takes outside ball 1.
Now, of course, we never want to do the broadcaster's drinks, but it seems as if the bullpen is really starting to work in more of a cohesive unit. And, you know, it all comes down to the catcher, too, your battery mate. You want to make sure that you have somebody reliable behind the dish that's going to call the right pitches. And another strike right there. So it seems as if the catchers and the bullpen are finally in sync.
Werdeshine today batting for the 4th time. Reached on an infield single, is flied out and walked. Count is even 1-1. Calandrelli on the inside part of the plate. Norwich defense straight up here. And strike 2 runs away from Calandrelli. No one on. The Unicorns in a good spot here, and Connolly has been dealing here in the 7th inning. Norwich protecting a 3-1 lead against their in-state foes. Second of 10 meetings this summer between Norwich and New Britain. These teams will get together again June 8th at the Beehive. Connolly brings it set. On 1-2 to the plate, it is taken outside. 2-2.
Thought that the umpire might have done Connolly a favor there, but
a little wide.
Just a little wide. But it's all for naught. You know, another opportunity to get out of the inning and make it 5 straight Ks.
Connolly ready to work. 2-2 to the plate. That is taken just downstairs for ball 3. Just trying to speak it into truth. But it is ruled as ball 3. Count is run full. Friday night baseball, the first this summer at Dodd Stadium. Sea Unicorns out in front. Connolly's payoff pitch outside after working ahead 1-2. 3 out of the zone, draws a 2-out walk, and Werdesheim's aboard. Two-out base runner on. Brady Paul will come to the plate, left-handed hitting center fielder. Boy, unfortunate. Connolly in the driver's seat with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the inning, trying to strike out the side. Instead, we'll have to deal with a 2-out base runner and plenty of speed with Werdesheim aboard. He steals plenty of bags. The Princeton Tiger is on. And a 1-0 count on Brady Paul. Righty on lefty battle. Connolly set the 1-0 home. That's down Main Street. And it'll run the count even.
No question about that one, right down the heart of the plate.
My good friend Mike Neville having This is scorched out to right field. No problem out there. It's Caden Williamson who makes the grab on it, and Sean Connolly works around a 2-out walk. It's stretch time in the Rose City. A 3. Norwich. We got to send this to a break.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better at Burns. You buy better. We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Back in the crow's nest here at Dodd Stadium. Myself and Adam having a little bit of fun last inning. Speaking of fun, you want some fun on a Thursday, come down to Dodd Stadium. We have 4 phenomenal dates for Thirsty Thursday. Narragansett beer specials. I don't drink that much, but when I do, I drink Narragansett, and you should too. We'll see you at the ballpark for a Thursday.
Leo Vittorelli gets the rock from Matt Gedman. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Vittorelli, southpaw on the hill. 5'10", 180 pounds out of Winthrop University. We'll start with the Norwich leadoff man, Reese McCarthy, and now the home plate umpire going to come out. Think there's some troubles with the pitch comm right now. That is used between the pitcher and catcher to help communicate.
And look who that is running behind home plate.
Logan Rundy, our
There
good
he
friend,
is.
team reporter, all summer long here in 2026. Excited to have him be a part of the ride. You can check him out on the Sea Unicorns social media accounts at Go Sea Unicorns on Facebook and Instagram. McCarthy leads it off. Was hit by the pitches last time up, has reached on an error has also skied out to center field.
Yeah, fourth at bat, still in search of his first hit at Dodd tonight.
Bouncing ball on the ground to Hopper for Fagnan. His throw to first. Retrieved by Slauson. One down here in the Norwich seventh inning. It'll bring up the shortstop, Kenny Noe. Noe tonight, 0 for 2, has grounded out a couple of times. Noe hitting in that lefty batter's box, has spoken about the pathway between Monmouth University, Monmouth College in Illinois, Monmouth in New Jersey. Monmouth University have seen some former Monmouth Hawks. Trey Porter, one of those. Joe Carucci on this year's squad.
Joey Agar, too, former catcher, was here for 2 years in the Rose. And, yeah, lots of cool names. Trey Porter Jr., of course, his father, Trey Porter, a great umpire at the major league level. He's been there for many years. And this kind of shows you the versatility and all the people that have come through the ranks here at Dodd Stadium in the Sea Unicorns era. Of course, you have Cam Maldonado. He's been absolutely tearing it up for San Jose in the Giants organization.
California League Player of the Week back on April 19th. And he is off to a red-hot start at the single-A level. Huge prospect in the Giants organization. 7th-round pick. Right now, Matt Gedman having a conversation with the home plate umpire, and he's going to have all of the umpires a little meeting of the minds.
I think they want to see if it was a foul tip off of the bat of Noe.
That gives us a chance to talk about how you can save with our good friends at the Burns Agency. Let the Burns Agency simplify your insurance needs. Go to theburnsagency.com to find out more. The Burns Agency, now part of Hub International.
And here comes Gitch now, too. Looks like they're going to call that one a strike. I'm not exactly sure what.
I think it did make contact. It made contact with Noe's bat. I heard the sound up here in the broadcast booth, and because of it, it's 0-2 on the Norwich shortstop.
Looks like they'll let that be that.
Not the fireworks we saw in the 9th inning last night at LaLasher Park. Zach Gitcher had his night come to an end a little early.
And Gitcher not liking the ruling from the first base umpire.
The 0-2 outside with the fastball is Vitarelli.
So both field managers being displeased with the call on the field, but it's all for naught. And Noe now faces a 2-2 count.
I think Matt Gedman was happy with the strike 2 call. I think he was hoping for that to be ruled as a foul out. His catcher, Yami Perez, held on to it. 2-2 home. This is a fly ball soaring in the air. Straight away center field. Brady Paul makes the grab on it. 2 down.
And in any other stadium, that ball is going to be at the warning track. But here at Dodd Stadium, as we talked about earlier on the broadcast, it's such a graveyard. It's so hard to hit one out. In my opinion, the best way that you can hit one out is by pulling it down that left and right field line where it's only 310. But it's deceiving because it's 310 to the foul pole. But what the fans can't see is that it wraps around and goes to about 380 at its deepest point. So it really is challenging to hit one out of Dodd Stadium.
It is certainly an impressive feat. Vitarelli, a 2024 New York State champion pitcher. 2025 USA Baseball NHS top performer. And he is working way ahead of Fiataroni. No balls and 2 strikes. Fiataroni clobbered a triple his second turn to the plate. He has walked and struck out. 0-2. Outside ball 1. With Winthrop this past spring, Vitarelli pitched to a 6.75 ERA over 2 appearances, 4 innings worked. The 1-2 home. High and away, 2-2. Fiataroni has been a constant in the middle of the Norwich lineup. He's now at first base. Unicorns making defensive changes. This is rope past the reach of the first baseman, Slauson, through the right side for a 2-out hit.
And Fiataroni knew that that one was going to be through right away. The pitcher for the Bees did not come to first base on that one, Leo Vitarelli, so a nice little single for Fiataroni, his second hit of the game. Of course, that big triple coming in the third inning.
Norwich has a 2-out base runner. It'll be it's TJ Bayer now going to hit in the spot of John Bureau. So Bayer now in the ball game for Norwich is looking outside at strike one. Bayer out of Marist University in the righty batter's box.
Marist University, the alma mater of the voice of Dodd Stadium, Mr. Ed.
Popped up, foul territory on the first base side. Slauson able to make the over-the-shoulder catch, retires Bayer, and that's how the inning will end. Norwich holding on to a 3-1 lead. Head to the 8th when we return on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long.
Stadium, 8th inning baseball about to be underway alongside play-by-play.
Ready to go, bottom of the 8th inning. Sean Connolly back out for his second inning of relief. It's been good work from the Norwich bullpen, but these are 6 huge outs. Norwich has to lock up. Trying to steer home a win on a Friday night. Leadoff man up in the inning for the Bees is Garrett McGovern. First delivery home, aggressive, lifts it in the air. At second base, and there to make the grab on it is Carter Grand for the first out here in the inning.
Couldn't have written it up any better than that to start the 8th. Pitching staff doing their job so far. You gotta love what you see, Adam.
Certainly do. Good start from Sean Connolly here to begin this 8th inning. 1 pitch and 1 out. Fiataroni at first, Grand now at second. Bayer as well in the Norwich outfield. Unicorns making a bevy of defensive changes. It's George Slauson, the batter, at the plate. Slauson has delivered with a sac fly. He's got the lone RBI tonight for the Bees offense. Connolly's delivery to the plate, bounced foul to the Norwich dugout. He's out so imperative for Norwich. And asking for Connolly to make it 2 innings out of the Norwich pen. Divine worked 3 scoreless frames. The lone run tonight for the Bees came in the second inning. Connolly's off-speed pitch just below the knees for ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike. Hitters count to Slauson. And the Bees first baseman looking at ball 3. When Norwich bats in the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up in Zach Gitcher's lineup. The pitch home, topper foul. Just wobbly on the first base side.
And being able to get out of this, if you're Connolly, has got to be huge for the confidence boost. You know, you got a dangerous hitter in Slauson at the plate. Still has yet to get a hit, although he's had 2 loud flyouts, one to center field and then one the opposite way to left field. That was the 3rd out in his last at bat.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Connolly headed home. The righty's offering. Low and in. He lost him. Ball 4. Slauson aboard. That'll bring the tying run to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning.
So the 4th walk surrendered to the Bees in today's game. Not too terrible for how things have been going as of late. Although, of course, Norwich still desperately going to need to get out of this situation because the game is still very close.
3-1 Norwich lead. That is a bouncing ball over to second base. Grand unable to come up with it cleanly. First error committed by the Norwich defense comes here in the 8th inning. And runners on at first and second with 1 out. Boy, things getting a little dicey now in the 8th inning. James Fagnan to the plate. His brother playing in the Washington Nationals organization in Fredericksburg. His brother also a former New Britain Bee. Spent some time in the Futures League as well. And James now trying to carry that baseball tradition as well in the Fagnan family. A chance here to help produce a couple of big runs.
Small world. Gotta love a good baseball family. Of course, Norwich really going to need to get out of this one. The 8th inning has haunted them as of late. These later innings, the 8th and 9th inning seems to be the kryptonite for the Sea Unicorns. We saw it last night in the 9th inning when the Spinners walked them off, and of course last Sunday in that big 8-run 8th inning for the Bravehearts.
Connolly was a part of that 8th inning mess that Norwich just could not solve. Fagnan, a transfer out of Richmond to UConn Avery Point. It's a hitter's count, 2 balls and no strikes. Will bring out the manager, Zach Gitcher, meeting at the mound with his right-hander, Sean Connolly. A chance for us to chat about Jewett City Savings Bank, your community bank for over 125 years, with offices ready to serve you all over Eastern Connecticut. Go to jcsbank.com to find out why Jewett City Savings Bank is your community bank. Quick discussion at the mound wraps up. Norwich in a tight spot here. Runners are at first and second. Little powwow trying to motivate his reliever is Zach Gitcher, trying to help Connolly navigate a second inning of relief. Bees have them at first and second.
Gitcher, the pitching coach and the field manager, pretty unique task that he has under his belt.
Aboard in scoring position is Slauson. And it's Jack Kane at first. He reached on an error. Fagnan out of East Granby, Connecticut. In a hitter's count, it's 3-0. The righty's pitch home. That's in there. Tucked into the outside corner, 3-1. Open base is available at third. But you would rather an opposing team beat you by having to swing the bat. I want to walk guys. Free passes have Been a problem late in games for Norwich. The 3-1 sawed away off the deck here of the luxury suites, 3-2.
And Connolly, of course, looking to redeem himself last Sunday when he pitched here at Dodd Stadium. Didn't even make it a full inning. 5 hits, 5 runs, all 5 of them earned. So Connolly looking to right the wrong from his last appearance here in the Rose.
A not so fun Sunday. The 3-2. That's on the ground, poked through the left side of the infield, past the glove of Noe. The wave around for Slauson. Trouble out there in left field, and now the ball skips away. Boy, chaos everywhere on the diamond, and now the tying run is 90 feet away. RBI base knock for James Fagnant. Just poked it out of the reach of Kenny Noe. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-run game with 1 out in the 8th inning.
And I'm surprised the Bees didn't elect to score on that last play either. The catcher and pitcher both going for the ball on that one. Left home plate wide open. So Norwich, of course, the 8th inning coming back to bite them once again. Something that they're really going to have to dig down to try to eliminate.
Sean Connolly's night is over. Zach Gitcher has elected to make a pitching change. Norwich protecting a vulnerable 3-2 lead, tying run at third. Meet the new arm when we come back on the Futures League Baseball Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports. The middle, Irizarry charging in, fires to first, no hitter tonight for Hector Alejandro. The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back-to-back Future League champions. Turning around third, coming home to score, it's Fiataroni. Say goodnight to the Bees. Bryce Detweiler calls game in the 12th inning. Walsh charges in, he snaps it across the diamond. Say goodnight to the Bees. 3 straight championships in the Rose City. Welcome to Sea Unicorns Below Deck, the official podcast of your back-to-back-to-back Futures League champions. I'm your host, Adam Plager. On episode 1, we'll hear from the general manager of the Norwich Sea Unicorns, Lee Walter. And on this podcast, all season long, we'll go behind the scenes, break down all the on-field achievements and everything you need to know Norwich Sea Unicorns related right here at Dodd Stadium. Norwich goes to the bullpen. Huge moment here in the ball game. Right-hander Joe Pitts, UConn product, working with the game-tying run 90 feet away. It's Yami Perez at the plate. Runners are at second and third. James Fagnant, the base runner, at second, and Kane on at third. Hits into the zone with strike one. His measurables, UConn product, 6-6. On the hill for the Sea Unicorns, trying to battle out of the 8th inning. Awkward check swing, and Perez behind a ball and 2 strikes. Good spot for Joe Pitts. Rising junior, 6'6", 230 pounds out of Green Acres, Washington.
It's exactly the guy you want in this situation. He's going to come at you every single time.
Corners are in, and the 1-2 moves inside, 2-2.
All the way from Washington State, as you mentioned, far away from home, trying to make a home here in Norwich for the summer.
Pacific Northwest. Home for Joe Pitts. High bouncer to short. Tough play for Noe. It'll tie the game at 3. Racing around third. Coming home and scoring. And the Bees have taken the lead here in the 8th inning. Have battled back and lead the ball game 4-3.
And the curse of the 8th inning here at Dodd Stadium continues to haunt the Sea Unicorns. Now 3 runs have scored in the inning for the Bees, and the Sea Unicorns have lost the lead late on first responder night here on this Friday.
An error committed by the Norwich shortstop. And aboard at first is Perez. The pitch home. Rolled back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play for Grand. Backhand flip to Noe for 1 is in time, and he's able to manage to stay on the second base bag. Boy, that was a tricky play over there between the 2 middle infielders. Norwich comes up with a critical second out. It retires Gidfeld, and it'll move the lineup along to Nico Amacangelo.
Yeah, Norwich needed that one. You saw the nice flip, the glove flip by the Norwich second baseman there, and they needed that one just for a little bit of a confidence booster. Only trailing by 1 right now. The Bats really going to need to come alive, especially if Norwich wants to win a Friday night firework game.
4 runs on 6 hits for the Bees, 2 errors, 3 runs on 5 hits for Norwich. Pitts gets a borderline pitch to go his way. This is a huge spot, tipping point in the game. Bees have struck for 3 and lead it 4-3. Top of the 8th inning, 2 outs and a 1-1 count. The pitch to Amacangelo, punched through into right field, a base hit. Corner to corner goes Githfelt, and the Bees continue to surge here in the 8th inning. Boy, what an approach. Inside out swing to the backside for Amacangelo, and some lightning in a bottle out of the bottom of the order for New Britain. And the Bees, boy, they have shown why they are a top team in the Futures League this summer. Just can't count them out.
Yeah, when it comes to the 8th inning here at Dodd Stadium, the opponents against the Sea Unicorns have now outscored them by 11 runs. Of course, 8 in last Sunday's game, and now 3 here on this Friday night. And all of it happened with 2 outs, too, which is the crazy thing about it. So it's got to be frustrating for these fans and this team.
Pitts delivers the fastball. Calandrelli caught in between. Stolen base for Amacangelo, and the Bees have them at 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs in the inning, though, so that defense will remain at standard depth. Norwich is going to need a late inning rally. Coughed up, what was that, 1 point, a 3-1 advantage. Pitts set at the belt, the 0-1 home. Bouncing ball over the head of Pitts. Going to be a tough play. Noe charging in. His throw way wide off line up the first base side. The Bees tack on some insurance. Coming around and scoring on the sequence is the base runner Githfelt. And all of a sudden it is now a 5 spot here in the 8th inning.
And just frustration. I think that's the word that comes to mind. As you said, Adam, a 5 spot. This game's really going to get away from the Sea Unicorns if they're not careful. These errors really starting to eat them apart. And like I said, I can't say it any better than this. The 8th inning curse starting to bite the Sea Unicorns in the butt.
Frustrating, to say the least. Brady Paul's the batter. 2 runs come home to score on that error. Those are unearned runs. So both Githfelt and Yami Perez score. It is a 5-run 8th inning, and the Bees have a 6-3 lead. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Brady Paul.
And the pitching staff has been doing relatively good. Have allowed very few walks in this game so far. Just the defense has not been backing up their guys, and I'm all about accountability. If this team wants to start winning and they want to start playing championship Sea Unicorn baseball that we know and love, they need to start communicating. And I know that it's week 2, but this league can get away from you if you're not too careful. There's chances of coming back, but we're talking about the playoff picture, and another, 2.5 weeks probably. So it's almost to the point where we're halfway through the season already, and we're only in week 2, which is the crazy thing about summer baseball. So I'd really like to see these guys kind of hone their craft, get your extra reps in, because this just can't be happening every single home game.
2 errors committed in this 8th inning, and the door is slammed wide open here. Just kicking the door down is the Bees offense. Half-hearted swing for strike 3. Joe Pitts punches out Brady Paul, but not before the Bees are up for 5 here in the 8th inning. Lead at 6-3. Norwich looking for some magic when we return on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Leading off the top of the 8th inning, the Norwich Sea Unicorns left fielder, Justin Howard.
Back here in the saddle at Dodd Stadium, Norwich now trails by 3 runs. A huge 8th inning for the Bees in which they scored 5 runs. Norwich now on the rebound. Adam, what can the Sea Unicorns do to get back on top?
Sea Unicorns certainly reeling, as you mentioned. First delivery home, bounce to first. Slauson will take care of it himself. And there's the first out in the Norwich 8th inning. Takes care of Jackson Powers. You spoke about what Norwich can do differently. And a big part of it is stringing together quality approaches at the plate, just battling at the plate. Have to be patient. Understand what your hot zone is. Trust your hands and your 2-strike approach. When you get to 2 strikes, what are you doing at the plate? Have to be a tough out. Pitch home to C.J. Nolan, taken upstairs for ball 1. Anytime you can get yourself ahead in a count as a hitter and put yourself in a hitter's count, have to be ready for a fastball. 1-0 home. The fastball outside, 2-0. And now, in a fastball count, have to be ready for it. It's C.J. Nolan, the batter at the plate for Norwich. Number 6 spot in the Norwich lineup, 2-0. Wave and a miss, chasing on the slider. There's the Norwich DH tonight.
And CJ has had a tough stretch of action here in his return to Dodd Stadium, of course. Looking to get off the snide, if you will.
Strike 2. Boy, it looked inside. CJ not happy with the call. It looked like it just kept dancing inside. 2-2. The pitch home taken for ball 3. Good at bat here, worked by C.J. Nolan. 5'10", 180 pounds. Typically playing at third base and second base when he's in the field. The 3-2 cut on, fouled off. Boy, C.J. just got a piece of it. Keeps the battle alive. Frustrating top of the 8th inning. Saw New Britain claim a 6-3 lead. The 3-2 home taken for strike 3. CJ discarded the bat, thought it missed the zone. He's rung up on strikes, and the Norwich faithful disheartened.
Fans really don't like this one. Yeah.
With the strike 3 call, and now 2 outs in the inning. All right, good work right now out of the Bees bullpen, trying to come in and lock up some crucial outs. The Demons in the 8th inning have reared its ugly head tonight. Fastball grazes the outside edge for strike 1. The 0-1 blown away, evens the count, a ball and a strike. The 1-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes on the Norwich catcher, Paul Calandrelli. 1 for 3 today. Roped a single, his second turn at the plate. Trying to help extend the Norwich 8th inning. Look at the out-of-town scoreboard here. Westfield leading 6-3 over the Vermont Lake Monsters in Burlington. And a 7-6 lead for the Silver Knights over the Worcester Bravehearts. On 2-2, rolled over foul.
Westfield, if they get the win against the Lake Monsters tonight, the Bees, if they win this game, will share first place once again with Vermont, and the Starfires will claim 4th place in the Futures League, with the Sea Unicorns dropping to 5th with a loss.
2-2. Cut on, fouled off, and that's how important these games are. Yes, we are early in the summer, but these are meaningful baseball games when you look at the standings and games that you had in the palm of your hand. You go back last night, certainly a game arguably you felt like you should win. Up 4-0. You go back last weekend, holding on to a 4-2 lead in that 8th inning. Tied up again. Strike 3 gets away from Perez. Racing to first is Calandrelli, and Norwich reaches on a drop 3rd strike. Well, Norwich is fighting for survival here in the 8th. Tomorrow, Charlie Bushley, Bates product, on the hill for the Sea Unicorns. Went 4 innings, battled for Norwich. That was last Sunday here at Dodd Stadium. Did not allow any earned runs, 2 strikeouts as well. Bates product takes the mound on Bark in the Park. One of those fun Saturday nights at Dodd Stadium.
Yeah, and just looking at that stat line, the starting pitchers for the Sea Unicorns really doing a great job at getting the job done. Even with Yanvier Diaz, we saw him throw well over 60 pitches today, although only allowed 1 run, and he seemed sharp. Not as sharp as his last appearance, but I liked what I saw from him.
Williamson slugs away, strike 1 foul. Not his ace stuff for Diaz tonight, but he had to work tirelessly on the mound, had to go deep in plenty of counts, and because of it, the Bees able to knock him out after 3 innings of work and got to the Norwich bullpen early. Devine covered 3 innings, and can't fault him. He was sharp in his relief role. Connolly had a scoreless inning, and then things got away from him. And the Norwich defense committed 3 of their 4 errors in that 8th inning. And now the Bees in command of the ball game. A ball and 2 strikes on Williamson. The 1-2 pushes him back 2-2.
Sea Unicorn faithful starting to get behind their home team. The Let's Go Sea Unicorns chants echoing throughout Dodd Stadium.
It's 2-2 on Williamson. Norwich trying to fight their way back after surrendering the lead. Outside for ball 3. And all of a sudden, Norwich looking for some life here.
Williamson still looking for his first hit in his 4th at bat. He owns 1 strikeout today. Would love to get the guys rallied up with the tying run of Pengel on the on-deck circle.
Norwich has just 1 hit over their last 3 innings. Rolled over to short. Githfeldt's throw across the diamond in plenty of time takes care of Williamson. We go to the ninth inning, 6-3 Bees on the Futures League Baseball Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Corn fans, want to watch the Sea Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
If you own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great part.
Back here in the Crow's Nest at Dodd Stadium on a Friday, almost summer night here in the Rose. Norwich trailing by 3 runs after an ugly 8th inning. 5 runs came across the plate. I'm color commentator Mike Neville alongside the play-by-play man Adam Plager. Adam, Norwich looking to get back in the win column after last night's heartbreaker. Can it be done?
Norwich will make a pitching change. It's Adam Carpenter out of URI. Richmond, Rhode Island native, 6 feet, 180 pounds. Trying to keep things where they are. It's a 6-3 New Britain lead. It's 1-0 on Garrett McGovern. Leads it off for New Britain here in the 9th inning. B sent 9 batters to the plate in what was a fruitful 8th inning. Fans with Highway Campers, home is where you park it. That's the motto for Highway Campers on Route 12 in Plainfield. Family owned since 1967. Camping season is here. Check out their inventory of new and used campers and park models at highwaycampers.com. Remember, home is where you park it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count on McGovern. Number 3 spot in the Bees order. 3, 4, and 5 for New Britain. The pitch again jammed in tight. Carpenter trying to battle here with the Bees leadoff man, and another difficult plate appearance for a Norwich pitcher. Again, Bees have just been fouling away tough pitches. A part of their approach at the plate late in the game has helped them take control of the ball game. Carpenter with that turquoise mitt, reaching out, a little floater. Tough play for Noe in short center field, makes the catch on it. And the leadoff man retired for the Bees here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, the Unicorns needed that one just to get 1 out at least. The first batter of the inning, too. Of course, they wish it came that quick last inning, but they'll take it however they can get it right now.
Here's George Slauson, the batter for New Britain. Cleanup man for the Bees. Had a relatively quiet night for his standards. Now he dumps it down the left field line, a fair ball. Slauson motoring around first. He'll cruise into second. And the broadcast curse comes back to haunt me there. Loud noise for Slauson with 1 out here in the 9th inning. Huge insurance marker now in scoring position. It's a save situation as it stands right now. You'd have to imagine if Braden Young, someone we saw routinely in those moments last summer, back with the Bees, the Wheaton College product, would get the call in the 9th inning. The Bees last summer, their pitching staff was a huge reason why they got to where they finished in the Futures League Championship. Garrett Garbinski back in the hardware city once again. Expected to be the ace of their staff. And as you spoke about in the pregame, the Beast pitching hasn't been up to their standards as a club this summer, ranked 6th in the league in ERA. Boy, I tell you what, they have some lively arms in that bullpen. They certainly trust the back end of their pen. Swinging a foul off. Boy, it caught the tops of the cleat of Jack Kane.
And it's the bats, too, you know. I mean, their bats are phenomenal. Slauson, you know, he just knows where to put the ball. That's the second time that he hit one deep to left field today. And he's an all-fields hitter. You need some guy like that that's going to be on your everyday lineup. And obviously the Sea Unicorns have guys like that. You know, Noe with a huge game. But what it's going to come down to is just everybody starting to play together as a team. And once that happens, then we'll be good.
Count is even, 1-1 on Jack Kane. Carpenter's delivery, a fly ball poked over to second. Carter Grand there in short center field to make the catch on it, 2 down.
So one more to go here in the 9th inning for the Sea Unicorns. Of course, going to need to put on the rally caps for the bottom half of the 9th. Looks like we have a southpaw warming up in the Bees bullpen. Will be their closer.
Right now, the focus on Carpenter, trying to spot the final out. James Fagnant, the batter at the plate. It's Slauson in scoring position. The Bees' 8th inning rally, the difference in the ball game. 5 runs and have a 6-3 lead. 6 runs on 9 hits. And Norwich 3 runs on 5 hits with 4 errors. And boy, that error marker on the scoreboard is certainly a huge factor in the New Britain comeback effort. It's 1-0 on Fagnant. He's taking for a called strike. Uncle Charlie sits in the zone.
Norwich, of course, looking to get out of this inning unscathed so their offense can come up. Scheduled to start the inning is Pengel, McCarthy, and Noe.
Even count. It's a ball and a strike. That squeaks away from Calandrelli. Carpenter with the hunched over look. Hitters count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Fagnant today has a couple of hits, has grounded out and struck out. The 2-1. Up and away for ball 3. If the inning were to continue, the catcher Yami Perez in the on-deck circle. This has been a difficult course for Carpenter. Has had to use a lot of pitches here in this 9th inning. A hitter-friendly count, 3-1. Cut on and missed for strike 2. Good comeback pitch for Carpenter.
Fans trying to rally up this team to get out of this jam.
Futures League live score has just 9 pitches this inning. Can assure you it's more than that, but Carpenter works through it. Strands the 1-out double. George Slauson on the base pass. Norwich looking to rally when we come back, trailing by 3, the bottom of the 9th. When we come back on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
New pitcher in the ball game for the New Britain Bees is the southpaw FaZe Bey. Norwich very familiar with him last summer. Sophomore at LIU. Marlborough, Connecticut native, has the baseball for Matt Gedman, searching for the final 3 outs. Trying to steer home a victory for the Bees on a Friday night. They want their 6th of the summer. Norwich hoping to get back to 500, but work to do, chasing 3. We're ready to go here in the bottom of the 9th. Mike, how do we get there?
These guys just need to start communicating, get on base however you can, whether it's a bloop, whether it's a blast. They really need to start communicating more in terms of their offense, just like they do on their defense. But I feel as if these guys start to come together with their bats especially, they're going to feed off of each other, they'll feed off the crowd, and then I think they'll be able to get it done that way. But they've put themselves in this situation, 5 runs in that 8th inning is not going to help the cause whatsoever. But with the top of the lineup coming up after Pengel, I think that they got a real shot. We'll see what happens, though. Of course.
9-1 and 2 due up for Norwich. You said it, the top of the order does follow. That's Reese McCarthy waiting on deck. David Pengel will lead it off. 1 for 3 in his Sea Unicorns debut. Big set, the lefty's delivery. Upstairs, ball 1.
Big throwing nothing but gas right there. Mid-90s fastball he comes with. Former Ram High School product.
Ball and no strikes on Pengel. The 1-0 home. That's in there on the outside corner, 1-1.
Big, as you mentioned, a member of the 2025 New Britain Bees. Also appeared in many games during that championship run. Finds himself in the closer role once more.
Bouncing ball over to third. Amick Angelo charges in his throw. In time, he captures the speedy Pengel. And 1 down here in the Norwich 9th inning. Fans, Griswold Pride. Pride stands for the partnership to reduce the influence of drugs for everyone. Check out their Facebook page for more information. That's Griswold Pride. 1 out, top of the order, Reese McCarthy for Norwich. And credit to the Bees defense. That was a tough play for Amick Angelo, able to make it. And strike 1 in the bottom of the zone on the outside corner.
And McCarthy 0 for 4 in today's game from the leadoff spot. Would be a great time for him to get his first hit of the game and put some life back into these guys.
Big was a redshirt his freshman year at LIU.
And they're going to say that he went on that one. I don't understand how. But they will say McCarthy did not hold up on that.
It's no balls and 2 strikes on Reese McCarthy. Lefty on lefty matchup here with 1 out and 2 strikes. He waves and misses at strike 3. A nasty wipeout slider from FaZe Bey sends McCarthy packing. And Norwich down to their final out. Noe will turn around and hit from the right side for the first time tonight. Sea Unicorns gasping for their final breath here. A 5-run 8th inning has rocked the boat here at Dodd Stadium. Norwich at one point a 3-1 lead. And the lefty's delivery home taken for ball 1.
And Michael Fiataroni on deck, of course, has had a huge game. Even if they can just get him to the plate, it'll be maybe a little bit of a spark plug for these guys. Although, of course, still a long ways to go from that.
Norwich trying to pass the baton with 2 outs. Noe cracks away, strike 1 foul. Big played in this league as a riser last summer. and at times struggled with his command. Tonight, all over the strike zone in attack mode. Norwich on the ropes, down to their final out, 1-1 on Kenny Noe. Big takes a moment, kicks and delivers home. That's again scorched foul on the third base side.
So Noe's on it so far, although he's put himself in now a 1-2 count. One strike away from ending this game is big, although Noe is tracking him at the moment.
Noe trying to snap a 0-for-9 slump. Big has him on the ropes, 1-2. Down and away, 2-2. Certainly just a small sample size in what will be a long summer for Noe. Plenty of opportunities. This one, a massive one in the moment. Just trying to keep the game alive. 2-2 on the Norwich shortstop. Big brings it set, the 2-2. Outside for ball 3. Borderline pitch. The Bees dugout all on the top step, ready to celebrate. Have to wait at least one more pitch. Count is run full, 3-2. Fiataroni's the batter on deck. Big ready. On the same page as Perez, the 3-2. Fouled off. Good protect swing from Kenny Noe.
Noe making it hard for this game to end if you're the Bees. Trying to send these fans home happy, battling from the right side of the plate. It all comes down to this, Adam.
Noe has not hit from the right side since opening day. 3-2. Lifted out to the left center field alley. That is deep out by the wall. It is off the wall. Splashes it off the left center field alley. Noe wide turn around the second base bag. Turbulence rocks the boat here in the 9th inning. Norwich not done yet. Passes the baton to Michael Fiataroni.
Fiataroni coming to the plate now. Already has a triple and a single. Would love to be able to drive in Noe just to give these guys a little bit of hope. And if Fiataroni can get on, then we'll have a pinch hitter for the Sea Unicorns on deck. It'll be number 34.
TJ Bayer is in the ballgame. He's been playing in the outfield, Carter Grand will get his first swing today. Ball one's outside. Boy, it all started with a 2-2 count on Noe. Took a close pitch for ball 3, and a hanging breaking ball got clobbered off the wall. It's 1-0 on Fiataroni. The pitch. This is in the air. Out to right center field. Long run out there. Paul tracks it down, and that's how the ball game will end. Norwich makes some loud contact late, and the Bees celebrate a comeback 6-3 win on a Friday night. Sea Unicorns drop their second in a row. Bees pick up win number 6 of the summer, tied atop the Futures League standings with the Lake Monsters. We will step aside when we come back. Sea Unicorns wrap up when we return on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Unicorn fans, want to watch the Sea Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
If you own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
Back here with you at Dodd Stadium, Sea Unicorns post-game wrap-up. New Britain comes back 5 runs in the 8th inning, win the ball game by a final score of 6-3. And Mike, once again, the 8th inning woes. Boy, a nightmare in that 8th inning for Norwich. Just a dream that Norwich hasn't been able to shake off quite yet. Does Norwich in tonight, and the Bees come back and sting them 6-3.
You know, I hate to say it, but I kind of saw it coming, especially after that leadoff walk. I feel like that really set the tone for what was to come for this game. And, you know, they tried their best, especially in the final parts of the 9th inning. We saw Kenny Noe with that big double to the left field. Almost looked like it was going to go into the Dodd Stadium night. And then, of course, Michael Fiataroni already with a triple and a single, almost sent one into the Dodd Stadium night as well. But the wind seemed to knock it down a little bit. And like you said, that 8th inning really came back to haunt Norwich once again. 5 runs allowed. And, of course, dating back to last Sunday, we had 8 runs allowed. So the 8th inning has just not been friendly for the Sea Unicorns so far. And if they want to get over that hurdle, I feel like the pitchers really need to kind of hone in on their craft and get out of the 8th inning.
Well, let's go back to some of the positives, though, in this ball game. And Jan Vieira-Diaz battled for 3 innings for the Norwich Sea Unicorns. Boy, liked his fight tonight, his compete level.
So Diaz, you know, second time he's ever facing collegiate level pitching. I liked what I saw from him, you know. It seemed as if early on his command wasn't as sharp as it was last Saturday night. Gave up a walk to start the game, but then he ended up really dialing it in. Only about 3 walks the entire game. Racked up a couple pairs of strikeouts, I believe it was. I told you last week I'm expecting big things from him going forward, and he delivered once again. Threw a lot more pitches than I think he wanted to. I think it was about in the 60 range. I know that it was over 51.
Well, let's pull it up.
Inning number 3.
65 pitches tonight
65.
for Diaz, and unfortunate for him that the Bees knocked him out so early. That really put the Norwich bullpen in a tough spot. John Devine went 3 innings. Sean Connolly went a scoreless inning. You're feeling pretty good the way the bridge is being built. Diaz strikes out a couple of guys. Last 2 batters he does face, he punches them out. Found his best stuff at the end of his outing, and I liked what John Devine did as well. 3 innings, from a middle reliever at a big ask. I thought he delivered. Let's go back to some of the scoring, though, in this ball game. Norwich gets the game's first run, Mike, for the 4th straight game, and all of a sudden things are looking good for Norwich. New Britain battles back. They tie this game, but the Norwich offense continuing to find ways. Battled back for a couple more runs, took a 3-1 lead. Boy, these teams were going punch for punch early tonight.
It's the Battle of Connecticut. I wouldn't have expected it to happen in any other way. These two teams, are dogs whenever they go against each other. You know, there's a new team every single year, but there's that history there. Of course, these teams tend to not like each other due to history, right? Of course, the Sea Unicorns knocked them out of the championship last year when they won it all. I think that we're going to see a lot more from these teams going forward in terms of how aggressive they're going to become. Although I like what I'm seeing so far. New Britain is 2-0 on the season. Norwich is going to look to get that back next time they play them.
Yeah, they'll see each other on June 8th. Winning pitcher tonight is Leo Vitarelli. Let's go to the 8th inning. That's where all the action unraveled here tonight. Sean Connolly suffers the loss. Boy, what'd you notice in that 8th inning? It seemed like the Beach really started to string together some quality at-bats.
You know, it wasn't even so much of that. I feel like there was those errors that was taking place. You know, we saw an overthrow by the shortstop Noe at that time. That kind of set the tone for what was going to just keep on falling apart. A lot of bloop singles, couple walks here and there, some miscommunication between the catcher and the pitcher in terms of covering home plate. We're lucky that there wasn't a run that scored there, but it's just these little things that keep adding up. And like I said earlier on the broadcast, we're still super early in the season, but this league can get away from you if you're not careful. We're almost already halfway through the season, and we're only in week 2. So if these guys want to get better, they want to be a championship contender, then they got to start doing it now.
There's compounding in that inning. Norwich made 3 errors in the 8th inning, and that really put a damper on things tonight. Joe Pitts helped Norwich battle their way through the inning, but unfortunately the damage was already done. Winning pitcher tonight, Leo Vitarelli, his first win of the summer. The loss to Sean Connolly, and Faze Begg earns the save in the 9th inning. Norwich trying to battle with a couple of outs. Noe rocked a 2-out double. Fiataroni put it into the right center field alley. Brady Paul able to squeeze it, end the night. Norwich has dropped now 2 in a row, fall to 3-5 on the young summer. Bees pick up win number 6, have themselves tied atop the Futures League standings with the Vermont Lake Monsters. We'll take a break and step aside. When we come back, Mike and I will get you ready for some Saturday night baseball back at Dodd Stadium after these messages.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Tonight's DB Lunt play of the game, we have that ready for you. Continue Sea Unicorns post-game wrap-up. Fireworks about set to sound off behind us. Here's a look at tonight's DB Lunt Field Electric play of the game. How about that play? The shortstop, Kenny Noe, throw on the run. Gets the runner out in time. And Mike, despite the errors that were committed here tonight, 4 overall in the game, boy, I tell you what, Kenny Noe's made some nice plays this summer.
You know, not even on defense, too. He's been huge on offense. Of course, he had that huge home run the other day versus the Starfires. I expect to see a lot more from him on defense. Kind of fix what happened today. I think that just a little bit of just a mishap that happened. Look, we got fireworks going on right now. Unfortunately, the Sea Unicorns couldn't cause fireworks, but we got them at Dodd Stadium, and hopefully they'll be able to do it tomorrow night.
Charlie Bushley gets the baseball tomorrow. Mike, what should we expect from the Bates right-hander?
You know what? He had a great showing out his first time here at Dodd. I expect a little bit more of the same. He worked in that curveball really nice. Had 2 strikeouts, 4 innings, only 4 hits throughout. Unfortunately, the bullpen couldn't get it done for him. But I think that he's going to do exactly what he needs to do tomorrow, and hopefully the Sea Unicorns will go back to their winning ways.
They'll try and lead Norwich to a win on a Saturday night. Nashua Silver Knights are welcome to the Rose City for the first time this summer. That'll wrap up our show here tonight from Dodd Stadium. Final totals tonight. New Britain Bees take home a 6-3 win, 6 runs on 9 hits. They made 2 errors. Norwich 3 runs on 6 hits. They made 4 errors. That'll do it. Total time of the ball game, 2 hours and 47 minutes. Final total, 6-3. Bees winners take the Route 2 bout in the Battle of Connecticut. They have won both of the 2 games between these 2 sides. Norwich looking to get themselves back on track. Pregame show starts at 6 o'clock local time tomorrow night. First pitch, 6:30 p.m. Charlie Bushley has the mound for the Sea Unicorns. For all of our broadcast production crew, Nick DeRue, our broadcast producer and engineer, Evan Olenson, Mark Benway on the cameras, our team reporter, Logan Rundy, my broadcast partner, Mike Neville. I'm Adam Plager saying so long and good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow from the Rose City.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park